announcements this time.
Hello, it is time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Good evening, faithful. We got the crew with me here today. Let's start bringing folks in from way back east in enemy territory. We got Melissa.
Hi, everybody.
Also, way back east in enemy territory, Carcast. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up, Carcast?
Somewhere out west, or is he somewhere out west? We got Kenny 49ers.
I just have one thing to say, and that one thing is two things, and it's hootie hoo.
Okay. And from the Bay Area, we got John J.
Yo.
What up, John J?
And from somewhere in the Midwest, we got Sentinel. What's up?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey, Sentinel.
And, you know, we got
Rams
the
still
resident
ain't shit.
Eagles fan, Sponge.
Number one in the division, people.
Boo.
Whoopie-doo.
I can't argue with that. Our team is not playing up to par.
Yeah, the Cardinals are the first place in your division. That's sad. Oh.
Now, Spongy, there's still 7
You're
games
gonna
left.
get
There's
sued
still
by
7
TRL,
games
like,
left.
You do realize that you were like 11-1 before you guys like completely nosedived. So I wouldn't be celebrating that little tiny precious NFC East title right now.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening the rest of the
Hey,
season.
give me a
And
week.
then
You know what?
ended their season.
You didn't end our season.
Yeah, we did.
It was the Cardinals.
No,
You guys are
we
actually
beat
at the
you in
Rams that could do us
Well,
a favor
actually,
this upcoming
23.
Sunday.
In week 13, you went on like a 6-game losing streak. You went 1-5 down the stretch. You were like 11-1 at that point.
Yeah. Spongy. If the Eagles don't do us a favor this next Sunday, I don't know, buddy. I mean, they got to get that W.
At least I won't
Help
be on
us out.
Twitter for
I don't care.
If you
I don't
can't beat
care
the
about not
Rams-
having home field. We can beat anybody anywhere when we're playing good. When we're playing good, that's the
Yeah, when you're playing.
That's the
good,
key thing.
exactly. And you guys are not playing good right now. You suck.
It's a down year, man. We've got injuries.
Oh.
We've got personnel
Oh,
problems.
hangover. Ever heard of it?
But what?
Spongy.
Wait,
Sucks is
I
like
just heard-
1 or 2 wins on the season, buddy. We don't. We're 5-5.
Oh, like
Come
my
on.
Sixers. Okay.
Ooh, shots fired.
Mm-hmm.
At his own team, though.
Ooh.
Joel Embiid reporter. I'm sorry, it's too soon. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, people.
Too soon.
I hit it. Hey, it was at 3. Now it went back down to 2. What the hell?
You know, this is the Corey Davis 49er Wednesday NFL picks.
Yep.
Talk a lot of shit too, so you just better be used to that.
Yeah.
We got Don Dotson.
Shit.
Don's in the building.
Hi, Don.
Yep.
Hi, Dawn, Jayla, Ariel.
Grimmy, you're live right now. You're like playing that there GTA. Yep. Seahawks Eddie, what's up, buddy? Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, and he's right. Be humble, Spongy.
Yeah.
Chad
I'll be
Schrader,
humble.
Steelers fan. What's up, buddy?
No, Chad. No.
You guys got the
No.
ooh. Is he in
No.
the chat? Is Jim Everett? Or
I
what?
scared him away.
Hold on. Where?
I scared him away.
Where? Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up.
Yeah, scroll
Yep,
up.
there
Still
he
be in the
is.
chat.
Third message.
No, he's not.
There he
He's
is.
not
It's
in the
Jim
chat anymore.
Evernighter, the faithful. What's up, buddy?
Got the F out of there. I will not suffer Rams fans this day.
Our division's an absolute mess right now. Anyone can still win it. We're not dead yet. We'll see what happens. All right.
Deer.
Honestly, this next game is critical for more than one reason. Number one, get a win. Number two, get the tiebreaker against the Green Bay Packers because we might need it.
Also, my sanity.
And
I
number
don't think
three, get a win.
Yeah. Win, damn it. Just win.
That's all you guys got to do. I know. It's
Can you
not
guys see the rally towel over there? That's from the Packers-Niners divisional game from last year. This is my most heated rival. Like, I need this win so badly.
Now,
My brother will not leave me alone.
yeah, now, Kenny, do you mean that deer that's running across the freeway in front of the semi?
No comment.
Well, sort of like a deer in the headlights.
Well,
All right, so Corona might not be with us because he's got a game.
Mhm.
I think.
Yep.
I honestly don't know. You know what? I better check
Okay.
my text messages.
Hey, where's Levi? Did somebody say already?
Levi got called into work.
Oh shit.
I think for like 4 days in a row. We might not have another. We might be taking another Friday night off. But yet to be seen. Or maybe I'll just buy some freaking Jackbox game pack we haven't played yet.
Oh, look at this guy.
I mean, why not?
Let me know.
I'm single.
Let me
Big
know.
spender.
Let me know.
I'm single.
I got some
You know,
Jackbox games.
Again.
Let me know if it,
Apparently, us single people just have money. That's what everyone thinks.
also
Not
they also
not
have
true at all.
Jackbox. McNiner. So let me know
Yeah.
if.
Oh yeah, you do too.
Let me know
That's right.
if anything changes.
We could just share screen and I could literally run it.
Mhm.
I mean, well, show
Any
it.
of
You
us
run
could
it.
run it. Any of us
Yep.
could show it. I mean, whoever wants to go live, go live.
Ew, who
I
wants
might.
that?
I might create a channel solely for
Huh.
streaming.
I don't know. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of that? Is that like? Can you see it?
I hope Lance is gonna play on Thanksgiving against Tommy
I thought
DeVito.
it was-
That is absolutely ugly.
I don't like the
It's
yellow.
got gold writing and black
Oh.
lettering. It can't be authentic.
It's odd looking.
Can you put
I've seen it before.
Can you put Damian Lee's comment up?
Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, of course. Can I get a fact check? Has the Cowboys defense been scoring on more than Jimmy G, old lady? Oh
my
wow.
God, she's 9 months
Wow.
pregnant.
Maybe I shouldn't
bro.
have read that.
Red-
She don't even know who the father is.
Over
Oh
the
boy. But no, I've actually I wish the guy actually took the ad down. I'm talking to this dude about a 49er hoodie, and it's one I've never seen. You can't even buy it. And I'm still talking to him about it because
Damn.
he had multiple sweaters up for X amount, and they were ugly Christmas sweaters. So I messaged him. He goes, "Oh, I donated those ugly sweaters." I was like, "Well, what about the 49er sweater? Like, you didn't donate that, right?" He goes, "No, I'm a big Joe Montana fan." So I sent him a picture of this right here. He was like, "No way." You know, I'm sitting there and I'm just waiting to hear back, like, how much you want for that thing, dude? Because I'd never seen anyone with one like it. That's half the reason I want it.
David, there are a bunch of Niner fans that create their own gear, right? That you can maybe make something that you want that hasn't been made before.
Dude, this thing is, if I get this hoodie and I'll wear it on the next show we all have, and you'll see it and you'll be like, dang. I mean, it is freaking awesome.
Well,
anyways,
I'm wearing
I've got
tight stuff.
confirmation of
Look,
something.
see?
yeah,
Stay faithful?
Yes, you are. Stay faithful. Speaking of, so another Manic Monday on the David McNiner channel. I'm at the point. I mean, it's on the Stay Faithful podcast this next week. If we win at Green Bay, I am not doing the show for the rest of the year. That's it, Ty.
It's going to be a
all
Victory
you.
Monday, David. I'm telling you, it's not going to be a Victory Monday.
I can't get a Victory Monday to save my life. So
Gonna be a
I think
victory
I
Monday.
did
I'm
get
telling
one.
you right now.
I think I did get one this year. I'll have to look back and check. But so
What up,
we got
Papa
the
J?
Steelers at the Browns on Thursday night, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Did he
what
go
up,
over our
Papa
records
J?
from
What's
last
going
week?
on?
Papa,
Okay.
how goes it, Papa? Papa, how goes
Papa, or is it Papa?
I
Kenny, I got a beanie on underneath the hoodie for
Hey,
you.
we were doing that last time. Come on.
See?
So David Corona picks the Steelers. John Jay, who you picking here?
Oh man, divisional matchup. I'm still picking the Steelers.
Yeah, it's at Cleveland too. You know, divisional matchup. He's picking the Steelers. Melissa, I already got it written down, but who you picking?
I am going with the TJ Watts,
She's going
also
with the
known as the
Steelers.
Steelers.
YTC released his video sometime today, but I haven't had time to watch it, so we'll just let you know how he did next week. Captain picks the Steelers. Kenny, buddy.
Well, you know who I picked already too, but I am going to tell you anyway. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's exactly it. It's no fun if I say it and you're here.
Right. The weather's going to be
This
wild.
is the guy that needs to
wild
send
weather.
me his picks so he can talk whatever crap, make it sound like he's picking the other team, but I already know. This is the guy, the guy
David
coming up
sent it
right
to me
here.
yesterday.
Spongy?
The Browns.
I was like,
You taking the Browns, Spongy?
You're not taking your dad's team?
Sure am.
Spongy's being
Yeah, I know, right?
Are
Respect
you
your elders.
seriously? You're gonna mess up the lock of the week.
Yep.
You're killing your father.
Hold on, maybe not. There's a
Just
couple
because he
other
hates
chances.
Michael that much. I don't know. If
Don't
he
be
hates
a
or he's just
disappointment.
Fascinated.
Kenny, you're a disappointment.
There's a couple other chances, so you never know.
How dare you? You
All
are.
right, so Spongy, is this your upset of the week?
He's got a bunch of them.
He probably does. So Levi picked the Steelers. Sentinel, buddy, who'd you pick?
I picked the Steelers.
The Steelers. Let's ride. Oh,
Even though they have.
that's right. Wrong team.
No, you got it.
He was a Marco.
Same quarterback.
Let's weld.
Yep. I
David,
don't know
did we
what to
go
tell
over
you.
The same ring to
Maybe
it.
decided to
David,
take a year or two off. But what
David.
Spongy?
Did we go over our records from last week?
Oh,
You know, we haven't yet. I'll do that right after game one.
check out the big brain on Sponge.
So Dawn takes the Steelers. Tommy is not in the building, is he?
Yeah, Thomas is in the building.
I'm used to Thomas being here. Yes.
He's in the
Thomas is
chat somewhere.
building. He's in the chat. Talking trash. per
Oh, who'd
usual.
we lose? We lost Carcast, didn't we?
Yeah, no.
No, he's right there. He's right
No.
We
there.
lost Kenny.
No, Kenny.
He's having
Kenny.
that. He's having that.
Kenneth!
He's having that Eagles.
Kenny
Wi-Fi.
must live in the Rams area or something.
Hey, Spongy, are you gonna apologize to McNiner? Because he picked your Eagles and he did not curse them.
You know what? Honestly, I forgot about that.
Don't worry, Eagles are
Oh.
still ass.
I was listening.
David,
There
you
he
only got that right because it's the Eagles.
And if you had lost, you know you would be not stop hearing about it.
Damn it, I missed it.
What you missed?
So
Kenny?
me, I'm actually taking the Steelers. I mean, I don't see the Browns winning, and my Thursday night curse is broken. So Tony's
You've
taking
gotten
the
two of
Steelers.
them.
Yeah,
I
baby.
know, right?
Thursday, let's
Lily's taking the Steelers. Oh, I flipped it over and went to Spongy taking the Browns. Messing up a lot of the week.
go. The Steelers
BC's
are good.
taking the Steelers. Joe has he sent me his picks? Crazy Juice 8 in the chat.
I think Joe's been slacking.
There's Tommy Huxley. He's in the
Joe
chat.
Deere.
I got your picks though, buddy. If you're busy, you're busy. It's cool. So let me see if Joe actually sent me his picks before I carry on past him. and that's a negative.
Boom,
So
boom, boom.
last week, Joe sent them to me late and automatic. Didn't even fill out Thursday because that's an automatic L, folks. There's rules.
He
Terradome
probably would have got it
picks
wrong
the
anyway.
Steelers. Crazy Juice ain't up in here yet. Chad Schrader, do I have to ask?
He's picking the best team in Pennsylvania.
Oh, so he's picking the Eagles? The Eagles aren't playing in this game.
No, he's talking about the real Pennsylvania team, the Steelers.
He tried to cut you off.
Papa J. He's got the Steelers.
Technically, if you really think about it, Philadelphia is in New Jersey.
It is one of our.
Please.
It
It
is
is one of
really
our
close,
boroughs.
isn't it?
Please stop mentioning that South Jersey is all Philly.
You
It
know
is
what?
really
People in
close,
Jersey
though.
don't even
Women
like
explain
South.
a couple things.
All right, so
That American irreverent.
dang, there's a lot of people that are involved in this. You guys know that? So
bet.
Corona went 11-3 last week. This guy, he's on top by a couple
Nice.
games, and it's
He
going to
probably
be hard to
didn't
catch
let
him.
a single bet last week. That's why.
John Jay went 7-7,
He had one bet.
and he actually corrected me because I had him picking the Chargers. He said he picked the Bengals, and so I had to fly all the way to New York, go in the replay office with all the NFL officials, and watch the show. I'm kidding. I wish those guys would actually speak up more because there's all kinds of stuff they could correct as they're going.
Oh, they only correct it if it's to Jay Greenlaw, but that's a whole other story.
So Melissa, you went 8-6. YTC went 9-5. Captain 9-5. Kenny went 8-6. Spongy went 10-4. Levi went 8-6. Levi's, I think he's only 2 games under 500 at this point. So shout out to Levi. Sentinel went 9-5. Dawn went
Yay.
10-4. Dang. Tommy went 11-3, picked 55 points though. I went 11-3, picked 45 points.
Answers.
Tony went 9-5. Lily went 7-7. BC went 9-5. Joe went 7-7. Terradome went 9-5. Crazy Juice didn't give me a score. He went 11-3. Chad went 11-3. He had 1 point more than me at 46. And Papa J was 10-4. So I literally won the week, although I do not give myself prizes.
The answers.
You should though. You should.
I have the answers. That's right, Spongy.
Hey, Kenny, I did you get the most important win, though, from last week?
What's that?
The Bills destroyed the Chiefs,
Yeah, I'm glad.
and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
glorious.
I
Now,
was worried about that.
now, folks, Josh Allen is 4-1 against the Chiefs in the regular season and 0-3 in the playoffs.
Chase
know.
also.
We know.
So he's got to correct that though.
I wasn't calling him an MVP. I was just saying I was finally right that the Bills were gonna get it and that the Chiefs streak was over.
You know what?
Shibara.
Let's start this next game with Spongy. Vikings at the Bears. Who you picking, Sponge?
Sorry, what was the game again? I was
It's the Vikings at the Bears, buddy.
Vikings. Easy.
Oh, you think the Vikings are gonna win that easy?
Okay.
Oh my god. Joel Embiid.
I don't know. I don't know if
What
it's
are you
gonna be
doing, bro?
easy because it's at the
Joel
Bears.
Embiid, what the hell are you doing?
Mute yourself.
That
when you're
Bears.
cursing out your 76ers.
Corona picks the Vikings. John Jay, who you picking?
Oh man, this is a divisional matchup. The Bears lost because they missed the field goal. Oh man.
Their kicker sucks.
Anyway, I'm picking the Vikings.
John Jay takes the Vikings. Well, it's their kicker needed Debo to walk up to him and walk up to him and cuss him out. Melissa, who you picking here?
I need a moment after having to hear Samuel Senior's awful name right now. I am picking the Minnesota Vikings Tommy Huxley, Caleb Williams is in full turmoil, so you should be happy because the Bears once again screw up another young quarterback.
One.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
You never know.
I'm trying to see something here because we could have something. There's the week 12.
Hey,
So
Spongy,
Yeah.
isn't your
You're
kicker
not
one of the
100%
most inconsistent kickers this year? Right up there with
This
Evan
year, yes.
McPherson and Justin
Justin
Tucker and all the other ones that are like major slumps that people are like taking notice of it.
Preseason.
Oh,
It's only
I'm
preseason.
starting Michael actually.
Okay. Okay. So YTC actually took the Bears here, so this is not a lock of the week.
Darn.
The
Wow, he took
Bears.
The Bears.
Darn.
The Bears.
Reverse psychology problem.
I'm
Well-
actually so Captain takes the Vikings. Kenny took the Vikings. Spongy also did that. Levi took the Vikings. Sentinel took the Vikings. Dawn took the Vikings. Tommy, you took the Vikings. I picked the Bears.
The Bears.
Tommy technically calls them the Fight Queens
Yes.
The Queefs.
when he's being
Queens.
nice.
But yes, I picked the Bears at home to win this divisional matchup.
Mm,
I know.
I wish
right?
you luck.
Where they
I
started.
honestly think it could happen. Tony picks the Vikings. Lily picks the Vikings. BC takes the Vikings. Terradome takes the Vikings. I think my chances are looking slim.
I want to know
Chad
who
Schrader
picked
takes the Vikings. This is just by everyone's picks.
mhm.
Papa J, did he make a pick? I gotta look. Got Pittsburgh.
Papa J.
Oh, he's got the Vikings.
Papa. Rick Diaz not
Rick
picking
Diaz in the chat.
not
Mhm.
picking the Vikings.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Rick Diaz.
What's good, Rick?
All right, game over.
We ain't dead yet, buddy. We gotta win a lot of games though. A lot of games, like at least 5.
Anyway,
Anyways, so the next one, we got the Detroit Lions going all the way to Indianapolis to play the Colts. I make that sound far. Corona's got the Detroit Lions. John Jay, who you taking here?
I'm taking the Lions.
All right. Melissa, who you taking here?
I'm going with the Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the Detroit Lions.
Ooh, I like that wide receiver.
I like his brother better.
I do. I like that wide receiver.
Why? Because Ecominius was an eagle for like half a beat, or you just like his name better?
I didn't even know that.
But the captain, guess who he takes? He's taking the Lions. Kenny, who you taking here, buddy?
I'm gonna have to take the Lions. They're a touchdown factory.
Especially
Dang,
against the
I
Cowboys.
I wish we were a touchdown factory.
We used to have one.
We
We
did.
are the factory of.
Kenny, I would gladly only score 13 points every week if I could just have Dre Greenlaw healthy and here for every game.
Yeah.
All right, Spongy, who you taking here, buddy?
Lions.
Lions.
I think they're making the Super Bowl this year, and I think they might win it.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's still Detroit. It's still Detroit Lions, buddy. They're like, and it's still Jared Goof.
Did
Did you get?
The toilet and Jared Goof, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Detroit.
You do realize that Goff showed his goofiness very easily. Could have lost that game with the 5 picks.
Yeah, but he had a good enough cushion.
Yes, Spongy, but I'm just
To the
saying
point.
that doesn't erase that he has that debilitating slide in him.
I understand that, but I'm not a Lions fan, so I'm not going to fight for Jared Goff.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So Levi takes the Lions. Sentinel, who
Double
you
down,
take?
son.
I'm taking the Lions.
All right, Don Dodson takes the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy takes the Lions. Me, I'm taking the Lions.
The Lions.
Tony takes the Lions.
The
Lily
Lions.
takes the Lions. BC takes no, just kidding, the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Paradone's taking the Lions. Chad Schrader's taking the Lions, and so is Papa J. Guess what?
So lock.
Korey locked down.
That's the lock. Corey
Yes.
Lockdown Davis, lock of the week.
Corey is smiling right now.
Plus,
So we do have one. We might have two.
it's just not easy to trust Anthony Richardson or the Colts.
It's
No, I don't like Anthony
Dude,
Richardson.
that guy hit the game he played last week, though. It's like you were like 2 for 27 the game before that. What? I don't know. Like maybe there's something in the water.
He's unpredictable.
I have no idea. You know. Ooh. You really. YTC, why are you doing that?
What up, David? What up, Rick Diaz?
It's Corona.
What up, all the
Corona.
Niners who don't
Is he in the chat? Okay, he's in the chat.
He's in the chat.
hello to all the
DC,
Niner fans
and the place to be.
who sadly
I
made
was
a
gonna say, is he
horrible decision
backstage
of
and I don't see
what
him?
team to pick.
Corona.
You know, that's not their fault. That is fully how they grew up. You know,
I
so
bet
you can't blame them.
I bet picking that team felt dirty.
Shout out to
What are you
Corona.
mumbling about, Spongy?
Shout out to Corona, my Warriors and San Francisco Giants brother. I'm sorry, Corona.
All
Oh
right.
yeah,
This is Jackbox.
Warrior.
YTC, if you're watching, I'm not liking your video. You need to send me the pic.
Oh my god. Kenny, why is that? Oh my god. Oh
I
man.
can't see I can't see what Trump says.
It's so good. He said, "I hire the best people," and it's me and David
cute.
and Levi.
So
I love it.
I'm
the next game, where's my trash bowl? Let's see.
trash boy.
Oh, that's definitely the trash bowl. Or is that the toilet bowl?
There's a difference. We have standards here.
No, we'll call. Well, no, we
Can we
can't.
call
do
it
it.
the compost
There
bowl?
is a trash and a garbage bowl.
Yeah, they have
Trash,
separate.
recycling, and a
Oh, is
compost
whatever fight that Kenny puts on at his house, kind of like a Diddy party, but like
Those VHS
Oh.
were private.
Well, one of these teams I can't call trash,
ooh.
so that's going to be the toilet.
We
But
You
this
talking
one
about
I'm just
Chiefs,
I'm calling trash
Panthers?
just because I absolutely watching the Broncos when they suck every week. Anyway, you guys probably don't. Did I ever told you guys that? No matter how bad the Broncos suck, their game is televised where I live every week, every year.
You get to see the Broncos and Bo Nix?
They could be
Lucky
1 in
bastard.
16.
Is that the
And
next
it's
game?
like, who wants to see this? Like, okay, anyway.
Is that the
game.
next game?
Could be
No.
worse. You could get Philly games.
I
Or
bet-
Jets.
I bet.
I'm
I
so
bet
sorry.
You enjoy those. I bet
That's
you
true.
enjoy
That's
those.
I'm
true.
sorry.
East Coast will get those horrible games.
So
Yes.
we got the
All
New England
including
Patriots are going down to play in the hurricane in Miami. What is that? Oh man, I don't know when that word. This is when Levi would come in handy because I don't even know when that's going to hit.
Ask
the
Google.
Patriots at the Dolphins is the next game. Corona, what up, buddy? Picks the Dolphins. John Jay, who you picking?
Man, this is tough. Both teams, division rivals. I can't pick New England. They've been playing awful the last couple of years, so I'm taking the Dolphins.
Hey, Dolphins, they could get it going right before they play us. Okay, Melissa, who are you taking here?
I am channeling Kenny's spiteful jerseyness, and I am picking the New England Patriots to go into Miami and to beat up on Tua.
Wow.
Ooh.
I actually agree
In
with
division, hey.
Melissa. That's my pick too.
And shout out to Kenny being Jersey.
So
We don't claim
YTC, YTC takes the Dolphins. Captain takes the Dolphins. Kenny, who you taking?
I am going to take the Miami Dolphins
Okay.
because they're good.
And I still
They're-
refuse
they're
to
good
pick
with
Tua
Tua.
when he tries to tackle people with his head.
Yeah, that's dumb.
You just,
But the
you
defense
just
is
got to
look
huck two on that thing.
is
You
getting
know, it's
done.
like,
They don't even need Waddle anymore. They're rolling pretty
that is a
good.
great
Waddle,
assessment,
baby, waddle, baby.
Kenny. That's a great
They're
assessment.
good.
They're good. Yes.
Well, somebody has to be good
Yeah.
because
It's
it's definitely
in-depth.
not Fred
Little
Warner
scout.
in that defense.
oh
Oh.
boy.
Fred is
Shots
starting
fired.
to piss me off a little bit.
Shots fired.
Too much
Shots fired.
podcasting with his wife.
Don't say that around here in Sacramento. Man. Be careful.
I don't
See, what
care.
I
I
said
I've
it,
been
and
to
I'm in
Sacramento.
Jersey,
They
and I
don't
don't
scare me.
care.
I
Say
almost
what-
dropped to the ground when you said shots fired.
Oh my god, Dennis. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
YTC's making a T-shirt that says that phrase.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Kenny got us all
the guy in the sweater just hit me back. He said he's got a jersey at his freaking. He's got a jersey at his storage. So I might just end up with a jersey and a sweater. We'll see, folks.
It's a sweater.
Spongy,
Oh
who you
my
picking here,
God.
buddy?
Tommy.
Spongy,
Why isn't
are you
Tommy
doing your
here?
homework?
Tommy needs time away.
This is
Where's-
BS.
Hold on, Carcast is here. Carcast is here, buddy. Are you like at your mic?
Carcass has fallen and he can't get up.
Here I am, not even asking the kid who he's picking. Carcass, you there?
Carcass, did you fall asleep?
Sometimes I fall asleep on the toilet.
He might have, but at least he muted his mic so he's not snoring in
Just a
everyone's ears.
comfortable toilet.
Spongy will be back, folks. He's got that Eagles Wi-Fi.
He's
The Eagles wife.
All right, Spongy, who you picking?
So it is the Miami Dolphins versus what trash team again?
the
It's
Patriots.
at Miami, and it's
So
the New England
disrespectful.
Patriots.
Yeah,
at Miami.
Miami.
So
Miami.
disrespectful.
We beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I'm going Miami.
It makes sense.
Woohoo! So about 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'll know, folks. I might
Whether you're
just I might just post something on the community page, a picture of both.
Good night,
Cross
Tommy.
fingers.
Good night, Tommy.
Night, Tommy.
Night, Tommy. But I'm hoping that it's
Sweet
Is
dreams.
that
Tom.
like a good
Good
retired
night, Barry.
player, pretty much, because the new players, it's limited on who I'll actually buy out of all the new players. But there's a couple I will. But anyway, Levi picks the Dolphins. Sentinel, buddy, who you taking here?
I took New England. And the reason I'm
Yep,
taking
he's
New
also
England is
taking the
because-
Patriots.
is because the New England is better this time of year. Windy, rainy. They're an all-weather team, and Miami is used to humidity and all that. So
Hey,
I just
I do have one question. Have they played twice this year? Or is this going to be the second
No.
time?
I think it's the week 18 is the next time they play.
Okay, because they usually do that weird thing where they split and they win in each other's homes, like, or they win at their own homes. Like, it's really weird the way that the Patriots Dolphins works.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just-
do that with like the Commanders and the Giants sometimes too.
we
All right, so
We-
Dawn takes the Dolphins. What's this we stuff?
this we
Tommy
say-
takes the Dolphins. I take the Dolphins.
And
Tony
then
takes the
Michael.
Patriots.
The
Lily takes the Dolphins. Bryant takes the Patriots.
the Pat Ryan.
Dome takes the Dolphins. Chad Schrader, he's taking the Fans.
The Fins.
And let's see, Papa J. I'm seeing if he answered. Welcome to
Jingle
Miami.
Bell Rock.
Oh,
Bienvenidos a Miami.
I really thought I was going to pick the Patriots by myself.
nope.
Wow.
I thought I was gonna pick the Bears by myself, but I didn't. But YTC let me
That
off
was-
the hook.
It was very brave of you.
Yeah, YTC let me off the hook. Papa J takes the Dolphins. So I'm gonna look up the hurricane information real fast since we don't have our
You can probably just
hurricane
message-
tracker. Why not? Let's
message.
click on that.
Miami.
Tropical storm Sarah and super typhoon Manyi
Ooh,
wreak
What's
havoc.
it's a pretty name.
It's a pretty name until it destroys your,
Until you're floating over your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
I can see my house from here.
Well, just if you
Not
live in the in what do they call it, Hurricane Alley? If you live in that area
I
in a
don't.
trailer park, you have a death wish.
Yeah, exactly. Or you got some big brass ones. You like adventure.
Okay.
Hey,
You love adventure.
Okay, Kenny.
and this is actually saying
Nothing happens where I live. Nothing.
Yeah, because you live
okay.
in-
There are currently
in
no
a
active storms
unknown-
heading to Florida right now. Shout out to Florida.
Good.
So
There's
Booty
no
who?
Florida man there.
Tampa
Booty who?
Bay Buccaneers are going to New York to play at
So?
that trash stadium, MetLife. So it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Giants.
It's gonna be a good one.
So Corona picks the Bucks. John Jay, who you picking?
I feel bad for YTC having
They're
to watch
starting
his
Danny
team.
DeVito.
I feel bad.
Tommy DeVito.
I feel
Danny,
bad.
that'd be awesome, dude. Imagine it.
Danny, Tommy, same thing.
I feel bad. I feel bad for YTC having to suffer week in and week out.
Tommy
Yes,
Cutler.
Because I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Giants.
What you want? This?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
much.
I feel bad for him too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yankees
You guys.
and the Knicks, and then
Don't
Melissa,
underestimate.
who you picking here?
I am picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's not the Giants. It's technically, according to Aaron Rodgers, called Jet Life now
Ooh.
because it's supposed to have jet fins on the outside of that awful tuna can in the swamp. So,
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
and they
ever.
made it all
is?
gray and ugly. So,
It's always been.
yeah,
ugly.
those two things that are on like the outside of the stadium are supposed to be jet plane fins or whatever. So,
There was no
Wow,
effort
wow,
put
that's-
into that stadium, and it's been there forever.
So they got rid of Giant Stadium, which is beautiful and brick and wonderful, and they built Jet Life, also
On
known
top
as
of it.
MetLife.
did they build it on top of it?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to get a like.
I
aerial
think they
picture
moved
here.
it on the other side of the parking lot because it was in the same complex. But either way, it's just
There
it's
are nice-
awful.
High school
Yeah.
stadiums in New Jersey than playing where the Giants and the Jets play.
And that
Graham
turf,
is picking
they
the Rams.
replaced it, but it's still trash.
Don Bosco has a
All
beautiful.
right, I'm looking.
Oh,
at some
don't
aerial
talk about
pictures.
John Bosco. Oh,
I'm looking at some aerial
That
pictures.
deserves 10 seconds.
I have such bad
And-
memories of Don Bosco. Why did you have to bring up that school?
What a great dance I went to there once.
Whoever designed this obviously don't know what jet fins look like.
McNiner.
What about St.
McNiner.
Joe's crab?
Apparently, someone recruited you to another team.
Not again.
You know, he tries, but it's not gonna happen. Let's get Jim Everniner, the faithful. How's it going, buddy?
Hey Kenny, if it makes you feel better, I
was a
made all the
wild-
Jet. I made all the Jet and Packer fans have a major ass meltdown on Twitter this week.
So,
There's this-
YTC. You know he's a Giants fan.
Mhm.
He picks the Bucks.
Watch your mouth there.
It sounds like he may have given up on his season there. Captain picks the Bucks. Kenny, who you picking, buddy?
I'm going all out Baker like I have all year. Baker time. And what's his name? I forgot his first name. Evans, the wide receiver.
Mike.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans
Mike
coming
Evans.
back. Guess what?
He is back this week. Yes.
Guess what? Bucky,
What? Chicken
Rashad.
butt.
It's just nasty over there. It's gonna happen. Look
All right,
out.
Spongy,
man.
who you taking? Bungie?
and all. But you
Bungie
know,
fell
Bungie, who you
that-
taking?
Tommy Cutlass, I'm going with the Giants.
Tommy Cutler.
A Philadelphia Eagle taking the
Oh
Giants.
my
You
god.
don't know what Tommy's going to do.
You're
He's
seriously taking the
unpredictable.
Giants.
I'm picking the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, but Bungie's
Well, then the only way that's going to happen is if Deontay Banks is not playing because he's just straight trash.
Or the Buccaneers team crashed at the airport or something.
Was that English?
Levi takes the Bucks. Sentinel, who you taking here?
I'm taking the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm sorry, YTC. It's just
Look out, Atlanta.
I don't think YTC will be mad at you one bit. I think he wants his team to lose anyway.
I don't think is there any good quarter. We'll talk about that later. So Dom takes the Bucks. Tommy takes the Bucks. I taking the Bucks. Tony's taking the Bucks. Lily's taking the Bucks. BC Bryant Colt taking the Bucks. Terradome's taking the Bucks. Chad Schrader's taking the Bucks. I don't see one from Papa J yet.
Papa, do you hear me? Papa,
So
do
if
you
Papa
hear
J
me?
takes the Bucks, then Spongie's the only one that picked the Giants.
Stupid spawn.
Hey, I'm fine with that. I will have something to rub in all of your faces. Remember, I had that last week.
You got to live with it. You know how many
So this next
scored
game,
all year?
oh, there it is. Spongy, you're officially the only one to pick the Bucks.
I did that. Hey, remember? I
Hey,
did that a
Kenny,
few weeks
before
ago
you
at
go,
work.
I have to tell you about the meme on Twitter because it's hilarious and you'll find it funny.
Okay. Spongy, what happened? Did you fall in a well?
I think Spongy's going down the Giants rabbit hole.
he's Bart Simpson.
He has to
circa
wait for his
2024.
antenna to connect again.
Bart Simpson.
He is. He's straight. He's the '90s Bart Simpson.
I call him Dennis the Menace, which is
Oh, you're talking
the
about for 10
original Bart.
seconds?
He is Dennis the. Yeah, Dennis the Menace for sure.
Ooh,
Should I play
his
tennis?
cousin
He's a little bit
plays.
like Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes too.
High
Yeah.
school. Heck yeah, buddy.
He's getting
The thing about
Okay, go
those
ahead.
high school fields, like,
Mhm.
if it's a good program, they have a good field. If it's a program like the high school I attended, you have a lumpy field that's likely to blow out your ankle.
That's too bad. If it's a
Um,
nice location, that's key. That's what it is.
So the
Okay, go
next
ahead,
one,
Melissa.
we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington football team, aka the Commanders.
This is the trash bowl.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's your opinion. I don't think the
But they're in
Commanders are trash. I
second
think
place.
their name is.
Yeah.
this is this. Let me addend that. This is the take out the trash bowl.
There you go.
So,
We're gonna come up with
Yeah.
new bowls. We're gonna come up with new bowls.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Just
we'll
like
create a
college did.
bunch.
We're just gonna keep adding them. We're gonna have categories for every game.
Oh, well, every single game will be a bowl.
Well, I hope
Gotcha.
not, but I
At
mean
the
we can
end.
get creative with it.
I got you. Corona picks the commies. Oh, I said Commanders.
Although if we want to do every game, I'm in.
John Jay, who you picking here?
Oh yeah, Cowboys are ass.
Ooh.
Commander.
How rude.
It's not rude. It's facts.
They got spanked. They got spanked by
They
the
got
real
murdered.
Texas team.
They got murdered.
Melissa,
Yeah.
who you taking here?
I am picking the choke artists, also known as the football team, also known as the Commanders.
What?
That one team in
Jaden?
Washington.
They have
YTC.
lost that title, Kenny, when Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury showed their true colors against Philly.
Oh, Spongy, you damn East Coast. You freaking Philadelphia Eagles Wi-Fi, buddy. Like, or maybe he hasn't done his homework because his parents kicked him off. All right, so
Didn't he say he was watching the 76ers? Maybe
late.
maybe he's like
Hold on.
spilling his view to Tom.
Maybe
late
you
for
are.
Philly.
Are you watching the 76ers at the same time here, Spongy?
I mean, why?
He's usually playing Madden while he does anything.
They lost.
So YTC takes the Commanders. Captain takes the Commanders. Kenny, who you taking here?
I'm going to take the Skins over whoever the hell they're playing. Just skin. All skin is skin.
New skin. So Spongy,
Does
who
Spongy
you taking
make-
here?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, playing the cup.
Is
Oh
it now? Is it the other team scores and then it kicks
Oh my
Spongy out?
God.
He's
Well,
probably
Does he get mad because the other team scored and he's cussing at
probably-
his television, so he decides to leave?
he's
I
probably
don't know. With all
yelling.
the drugs they have kids on these days, he's probably fishy.
Spongy
All
needs
right,
help.
Spongy, who you picking here, buddy?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
It's your
I don't
divisional opponent.
I don't think he wants to say the Commanders.
Then pick your real team, the Cowboys. I'm sorry.
I'll pick the
No,
team
Spongy, you
that
there?
you always hang around with. 49er.
Spongy, remind me of this. Is
Spongy
Fine.
might be
I'm
having
not-
mic issues.
Oh
There
my
he goes.
Again, this is why you could just send me your picks before the show starts, and I don't end up spending 8 minutes trying to get one pick.
Spongy is a kid. He doesn't use text or email.
No excuse.
I don't know what they use. What the hell are kids doing?
So Levi takes the Commanders. Sentinel, who you taking here?
I'm taking the Commanders.
Okay. Dawn takes the Commanders. I just moved down one. I was like, huh? Tommy takes the Commanders. I'm taking the Commanders. Tony's taking the Commanders. Lily took the Cowboys.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Doesn't Tommy call the Commanders the Salamanders?
He
That's
does.
exactly how he sent it to me.
The Salamanders. That's a better
Oh,
name.
he got the Cowboys. That's what he's saying now.
He's got better like
So
pejorative nicknames.
Spongy
Tommy
picks the
or
Cowboys. Yeah, Terry
Tommy.
Bell picks the Commanders, Schrader, and Papa J. And yes, that is what I don't know why they. I mean, what was wrong with that? What was wrong with that name?
Don't
They
get
They
me
didn't.
started.
They didn't even complain. It wasn't
Don't
even
get me
Redskins
started.
who complained. Although I don't call them that.
They're actually suing them because they want them to take the name back.
Yeah,
Yep.
how insulting! You stole our damn football team.
We stole their land. and we
Kenny,
stole the
that
name.
was around the time where they were trying to get rid of all of the Indian stuff.
Yeah.
They got in trouble with FSU because the entire tribe came out and said, like, don't do this. We're getting paid for this name. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was
And then
like shuffled
the
into
only
all
one
paperwork.
who didn't follow the agreement, right? Because everybody else had to change their name, was the Kansas City Chiefs. They were supposed to stop the chop, and they never stopped the chop
No one's going to stop the chop. And
because
neither-
they had just won the
neither are the
Super Bowl, and they were one of the 5 teams that were allowed to have fans during COVID, so they never stopped the chop. So
Well, I understand why they're mad about the Chiefs, but technically, the Chiefs were named after the mayor of Kansas City, and his name was he had a name, but he was like Chief. He was like Big
Nope,
Chief
I
or
think it
some
was
shit
his
like
nickname, maybe.
that. Yeah, there you go.
Now you are 100% spitting facts, there, Papa J.
Yes. It's a long story, and it's more.
And if we remove all evidence of the Native Americans, I mean, it's like we forget about them. They'll go into cultural amnesia.
Mhm.
When kids are little, they like things like dinosaurs and whatever, and I loved anything that had to do with Native Americans and anything like that. And I used to buy me every book my parents could find about it and stuff like that. And so I always loved them. I'm not Native American.
Well, one of my grandmas was.
Yeah, the local Bay Area tribe. I think starts with letter O.
The Ohlone Indians.
Yeah, they're good people. They're good people.
So the next game, I got this as the toilet bowl because you can't call one of the teams trash. I really would like to, but we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Carolina Panthers.
No, they're
can I
both
go first so I don't have to say it?
Oh, why not?
The team that's trying to get a three-peat, because I refuse to use their actual name.
Why don't we ask?
Yeah.
Why don't we ask if anyone's picking the other team?
So Corona's
Right.
picking
Is
the
that-
Chiefs. Yeah, John Jay, who you picking?
Oh wow, this is a very tough game. Very tough. I'm picking that team in Kansas City.
I know who Spongey's picking.
Damn.
No, but you know what the funny thing is? You remember how big that was when Bryce Young beat CJ Stroud last year when CJ Stroud was on a roll?
See,
This
NFL
might this might actually be the biggest game ever if the Panthers just like womp on the Chiefs after they just lost to the Bills.
Just try and like pay attention, everyone. When you're
Okay.
watching games from now on, look at the story. What's the good story? That should be what happens, not like the boring thing, because they want people interested in football.
So YTC.
What do you mean, like actual sports? We can't have that.
No,
We
he's
gotta have
talking about what happens
entertainment.
in the NFL. Kenny, come on, buddy. Like who
The
actually
story.
played? Anyway,
Like Freak, where we can't beat the Minnesota.
Kenny,
Vikings.
you
Why
forget
would
that the refs have to feed their families next week for Thanksgiving. I mean, how else are they going to get their
I'm
extra
sure most
tips
of those
from
players
the
are still
Chiefs?
excited to go home and see their
this is
families.
funny. This is funny. So Spongy, we'll get to you. So YTC picks the Chiefs. Captain picks the Chiefs. Kenny, who you picking here?
I'm taking the Chiefs because I'm not crazy.
And
Not yet.
oh boy,
Someone
So
finally
what-
picked the
if I won.
Panthers?
are we calling Spongy
What?
crazy?
Crazy though.
It could be an
No,
upset.
he's doing the reverse psychology thing.
Anything is
All of the Eagle
possible.
fans do it.
Spongy's being a
Like
real
Kevin Garnett.
menace. Or
Anything's possible.
Dennis
That's-
the Menace.
That's actually funnier than picking Tommy DeVito, Spongy. Thank you for
So
that.
Levi picks the Chiefs. Sentinel, who you picking?
I picked the Chiefs.
All right, Dawn picked the Panthers.
Damn, Chad.
So you didn't spoil anything, Spongy. Dawn picked the Panthers. Tommy picks the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs. Tony, Lily, Ryan. Guess who they picked? The Chiefs. Terradome picks the Chiefs. Chad
Okay.
Schrader picked the Chiefs. Papa J's going out on a very thin limb
Mhm.
and picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, be careful though.
Understandable.
Those limbs, even those thick limbs, can.
Uh-oh.
Thunderstorm.
Now I know. Now I
Uh-huh.
know what Sponge is going to start coming up with.
Oh
like,
yeah,
answers
that's
for
right.
Quidditch.
Forgot about that.
Thick limbs.
It's okay. It's okay to admit that you had to do your homework, Spongy. It's okay.
And vacuum.
True.
Throw out the trash.
All right. This
Cry
next
about
game,
the
we got
76ers.
Clean out the
So-
garage.
Take
So
out
this
the
next
papers
game,
and the
though,
trash.
Alphabet-
we have the former Houston Oilers, who are now the Tennessee Titans, heading to Houston to play the current Houston team, the Texans. So it's the
Oh,
Titans
actual
at the
football
Texans.
game, yeah.
Are the
Corona picked
Texans
the
actually wearing the Oilers uniforms like they did last year?
That would be awesome.
That would be
But
awesome.
Corona picks the Texans. John Jay, who you picking here?
I'm taking the Texans.
Man, they spanked that other team down there. You know,
Right in the
You mean
behind.
that? You mean the
Melissa.
Alice
Warriors.
Cowboys?
Melissa, who you taking here?
I am picking the Houston Texans just because it's Will Levis.
Yep. YTC takes the Texans. Captain takes the Texans. Kenny, who you taking, buddy?
I'm taking the Texans as well, my friend. I don't
Spongy.
think good reason.
Spongy. All right. Levi takes the Texans while we're waiting for Spongy to reply here. Sentinel takes the Texans. Dawn takes the Texans. Tommy takes the Texans. I take the Texans. Tony takes the Texans. We seen a theme until we get to Lily. She took the Titans. BC takes the Texans. Terradome takes the Texans. Chad Schrader takes the Texans. Ooh.
Hey,
That's
Kenny, is
that's
Aziz
kind of a
even healthy for this
controversial-
game?
Aziz?
Yeah, because now he's playing his former team in the Tennessee Titans.
In order for me to find out, I would have to leave the stream to tell you
Okay.
if I knew it, because I could look up very, very quickly on fantasy. It'll tell me in 2 seconds.
So Papa J
No,
takes
you don't have to look. I was just curious.
But after this, we can do it. Take me 2 seconds. Yeah, because they're on their little run.
Because that was when they were canceling everything that was bad about our history. So they tore down the General Lee statue outside of Baltimore.
Wait, things happened before?
They made the Cleveland team change to the Guardians.
Oh, it's terrible. That's
Hold on,
worse.
I got another one for you. They removed Chris Collinsworth's statue from the Cincinnati Stadium.
That's crime.
No, if they could just remove him and Al Michaels from primetime games, that would be perfect.
Oh man.
Well, the claim is it got stolen, and I may or may not know whose backyard ornament it is.
Oh, what? So funny. Anyway,
I've never reported a streak before, but I'm about to.
Oh my gosh.
So, so the next game.
Yeah.
Well, that was the toilet bowl, folks. The Chiefs at the Panthers was the toilet bowl, just so y'all know. This is the trash bowl, and this is kind of for personal reasons. The Denver Broncos at the Oakland Raiders. Oh, LA. Oh. I mean, back to Oakland. No. They're the Vegas. That's right.
They're in
in
Utah.
Las Vegas now.
Can we send them to Canada?
They'll be in Utah.
The Raiders are tied for something leading the league. You know what it is?
I don't care.
How many times they moved? Them and the Rams are tied.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody likes either of those teams.
So Corona picks the Broncos in the trash bowl. John Jay, who you picking?
Careful, Kenny. The family will come out with all their celebrities that are bought off fans.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Gavin
control
Newsom,
Rams
Magic Johnson, LeBron
Well,
James, all of them.
For whatever the reason,
the more the followers, the better.
Oh, I've got Didi in a Rams jersey. I'm trolling Rudy with it.
well, before I keep getting interrupted, okay, I was trying to say I was like talking so much crap in the offseason about Bo Nix, and Bo Nix is a good quarterback. I'm taking the Broncos.
It is.
Bryant, shout out to Bryant Culp. I hope he's actually listening here. But he freaking picked Bo Nix with the 31st pick when we were doing our mock draft episodes quite a few times.
Yeah, we just didn't need a quarter.
Well, he's thinking ahead.
Trade Purdy.
But I don't know what the thought there was, but that's what he did.
That's what I would do.
Melissa, who you taking here?
Trade Purdy.
I hate to offend you, especially because there's a holiday coming up, David, but I unfortunately am picking the Denver Broncos and Sean Payton.
Yeah, man.
Spongy, you got the Titans at the Texans. That's the game you need to pick. That's the one you missed. I got you down, though, already for the Broncos.
Hey, Kenny.
Yep.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, how much do you think that Max Crosby is kind of like hating that he kind of forced the Raiders to hire Antonio Pierce as their head coach right now?
I didn't even know he forced them.
Yeah, he said it last year. If you do not sign this guy as my coach, I want to trade. I do not want to be a Raider one more day, and I will sit out, and you can just keep taxing me for money.
I would trade them both away.
So you said that last year.
Coach and Crosby, out of here.
Okay, so YTC takes the Broncos. Captain takes the Broncos. Kenny, who you taking?
I'm going to go with Bo Nix and Troy Franklin and Javonte Williams and all those young cats over there. With Sean Payton, the greatest coach in the world. That should be our coach, but we kept Kyle. Damn you guys.
Texans.
10 Super Bowls.
All right, Spongy took the Texans.
I'd rather have Ben Johnson as my coach.
And the Broncos. Levi takes the Broncos. Sentinel, who you taking here, buddy?
I'm taking the Broncos. Where's Eric Bieniemy? Is he still in Washington?
Broncos.
Nope.
Tom takes the Broncos. Tommy takes the Broncos. I take the Broncos. The Colts, Tony, Lily, and Bryant all took the Broncos. Terradome takes the Broncos. Chad Schrader takes the Broncos. Where's Papa J? Is this going to be a lock of the week?
Hey, Red Zone.
Ooh, Red Zone took the Texans.
The Raiders know they're fucking dog water. I know a Raiders fan who dressed up as Devontae Adams, but as a Devontae Adams clown. So he had like a Devontae Adams jersey on, and instead of right over it, it said clown, and he was wearing a clown.
Shout out
Bro.
49ers Red Zone. What's going on? Oh, he's a Boston Red Sox
What's
fan,
that?
looks like, too, maybe.
What's up, Red Zone? Hey, also, just so you guys know, the Raiders are down to, I think, their third and fourth string running backs at this point.
Are they?
Yeah.
Ooh, Papa J.
Kenny, when they troll,
he just made it a Korey Lockdown Davis lock of the week.
Yep.
That's number 2.
Kenny,
Number
when
2,
the Raider fans came at Niner fans last summer trying to troll us that they had the better quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo, that's when I lost all respect for Raiders Nation.
They're very loyal.
I never had any respect for them motherfuckers in the first place. They're like
I gotta see
the
something.
fucking orcs in
All
Lord of the
right.
Rings.
They were excited about Jimmy. I
Before I
remember.
start this next one, I gotta see something.
Mhm.
It does not matter if I pick our team or not.
Yep. Wait,
Jimmy G, pretty good, man. Jimmy G. I was like, dude, no, he's not. I was like, what are you doing?
Ooh, I have a grid. I have a grid for the second half of the season right there, folks. I don't have to remember. I forgot that was there. I'll have to bookmark it.
We should save the Niner game for last,
No, why?
because then we can talk about it right after. Or
We
during,
talk all
agree,
kinds
Kenny.
of
I
all
like
kinds
that
of
idea.
stuff.
but whatever.
Well, if
We can have
you
our
know,
conniption fits
Yeah.
and figure out
Doesn't
how
matter.
we're gonna.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
possibly
I'm just
do-
saying. I was just looking at if it matters if I do or don't. It don't. It don't matter. Well then. Ooh, that's the R from the 49ers logo zoomed in. Okay, I got you, buddy. I got you.
Boston Red Sox. How dare you, David? Say
How
that
dare me?
near me right now.
So in that case, I'll just skip skipping that game for now. We are going to the Cardinals at the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I should have named that the Trash Bowl.
No way, guys.
Look
Look at the schedule making, man. Just stop for a second. How great this is. San Francisco, Green Bay, Arizona, Seattle,
Sorry, buddy.
Philly, Baltimore Chargers are the last games of this week. That's incredibly great scheduling.
It's the Harbaugh Bowl, Kenny, and
Yep.
we don't have Levi here to talk
It's
about
like
it.
I couldn't even write this shit if I tried.
Hey, Kenny,
Ooh,
think
all right,
about
all right,
it.
Hey, we gotta focus.
we gotta
On the
focus.
eve of Thanksgiving, and it's the Harbaugh Bowl.
Oh my god! Somebody today didn't even know. I had to tell them the Harbors are playing. I had no idea.
They're playing on Thanksgiving.
No, they're playing this week, which is the eve before, but I think it's
playing each
hilarious.
Insane, dude.
Cool.
And people didn't
That's
know.
right,
They didn't even
folks.
think about it. 'Cause
Lock
you don't
in.
think about
Yeah.
the coach. A lot of people don't think about the coach.
Hi, Bryant.
Yo,
What's up, B-Rye?
Hey,
Cat
Brian.
Schrader's taking the sea chickens.
You lock it up.
No, it's lock in, Kenny.
Lock it in. You lock it in.
What the hell did lock-in even
It's actually
come from?
funny. Where's Spongy? Spongy, who you picking here? Oh, he's got the Cardinals.
I screwed everything up.
This is like a 50-50 game in my
Yes,
opinion.
it is.
So Corona picks the Cardinals. John Jay, who you picking?
Man, this is a tough game because I don't know who to pick.
It's a tough
It's at
one.
Seattle.
This is a great game.
I'm taking the home team.
Ooh.
That's actually the
Either,
pick I'm
believe it
gonna
or
make.
not, either one loses. That helps us.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Cards have a pretty good schedule the rest of the way, man.
Yeah. So them
Play
losing
some really
would be
bad
better.
defense. Really bad.
Yeah, but they're not.
But Melissa, who you taking here?
That's what I'm wondering.
I
about.
am picking the Arizona Cardinals, and I apologize to all Warrior fans that had to watch Geno Smith do the night thing and have the comparison side by side
Oh
all
my
over
God.
social media.
I wanted to. Okay.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna get. We're gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
back to
His
that
first win against us, he's like 1-5.
Like, who does
one. 1
that?
5, and
You're
Looking like Nick
1-5 against
Sirianni.
this, Geno Smith. I hope you watch this.
Yeah.
YTC picks the
Don't go to
Cardinals.
Utah.
Captain
Gino,
picks
don't
the
go to
Sea
Utah.
Chickens.
Wow.
Stay
Kenny, who you?
out of Utah, Gino. That's for David. He's not going to say it because he's too nice. Stay the out of Utah. You hear me?
Hey, that's right. I got family up there. I could come up there,
Oh,
Gino.
shit. Now he's saying he got backup.
He
I
has
got
to stay
places
out of
to
New
stay.
Jersey because he might just get punched out by another offensive lineman and break his jaw again.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to New Jersey if I was Gino either. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, he's pissed off both
So
teams.
where are we at here? Oh yeah, Kenny, who you picking?
I'm taking. I said Seattle to you, but no, I'm taking Arizona, David. Please change it.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. I'm going to Arizona. I'm sorry. Kyler Murray is just a little spark plug, and I got to go with him and MHJ and Connor. Come on, man. Who stops James Conner? No, he cannot be stopped. Terry McBride. Don't make me keep going. I don't know.
That's the thing, that the Seattle Seahawks have a tall defensive line, so he's not going to be able to see his wide receivers.
Doesn't matter. He'll go right underneath their legs and throw it. He's crazy. He's like an agile little person.
All right. So Spongy takes the Cardinals.
Well, now I'm thinking.
Oh, Red Zone takes it. He's taking the Arizona Murrays.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it's coming down to for me.
I think Call of Duty's probably worn out by now. So he's
I think there's a new one.
Levi takes the Seahawks. Stitno, who you taking here?
I'm taking the Seahawks. I think that's it. That was a huge win for the Seahawks. It was a huge win for Geno. It's going to boost his confidence. I think having the Cardinals come into the link is going to be a really big game. I think the Cardinals think they're on a really good hot streak and that they can't be stopped. And I think they're going to. This is it's a division game, but I think it's also a track game for the Cardinals.
That's true. Cardinals were hot as fire before they made them go on a bye, dude. Those guys were nasty.
Aren't the Seahawks like almost winless at home this year? I remember the last big game he had at Lumen Field. They said that Gino had to go on a silent count because there was so much Bills cheering and there was nothing for the Seahawks in that game.
It's crazy we don't have direct ear-to-ear coach and OC to the quarterback microphone.
Okay, so the Cardinals played the Bears and the Jets last, and they beat them good. And they go to Seattle, to Minnesota. They have the Seahawks. They played the Seahawks like every other week here, coming to town. Then they got the Patriots coming to town. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a W for the Cardinals. The Panthers, come on, league.
Super easy.
Then they play the Rams and then us.
Cardinals are set up to win this division, and people said it in the beginning of the year. Big people said it on TV, like that they were going to be.
Are we really talking about the Rich Eisen thing where they brought up the COVID year and how the Cardinals won it that year, so they were going to win it this year?
I'm not going that far. You said it.
You know what, Kenny? They still have 4 divisional games, and they play the Vikings. I don't know if it's that.
Eisen also said that Jimmy Garoppolo would redeem himself, and they would win the 2021 NFC Championship game, go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's kind of turned into a sellout this past year. Him and Chris Brockman have become all in love with SoFi, working at SoFi because their sets on the compound of SoFi. So they're right across from the stadium. They have season ticket.
What I'm saying
for the Rams.
I got the Seahawks.
He romanticizes shit too much.
Hey, I'm sorry.
He's also a delusional Jet fan. To be fair,
the Seahawks got the Cardinals, the Jets, the Cardinals. Then they got the Packers coming to town. They got to play the Vikings, the Bears, and then the Rams.
So
the Seahawks schedule's mid. They could easily lose 1, 2, 3. They could easily lose 4 more games.
4.
So let's look at the Cardinals. Let's look at the Rams.
I don't know, man.
Well, anyway, so focus, Dave. The Don takes the Cardinals. Tommy takes the Cardinals. I'm taking the Sea Chickens.
Wow.
Tony's taking the Sea Chickens. Lily's taking the Sea Chickens.
All right.
BC's taking the Sea Chickens. Terradome's taking the Sea Chickens. Chad Schrader's taking the Sea Chickens.
My goodness.
Papa J's taking the Cardinals.
Kyler is the greatest person that will be on that field playing that game.
Okay, Kenny, I have to point something out before we go further with the Kyler Murray hype.
Oh my god.
He's mighty.
When has he had a full season where his team was solid?
Listen,
2020.
I don't know anything about that. I just know that
2020.
when we
And then he choked in the
I remember
playoffs.
that, but they collapsed down the stretch, though.
And they choked in the playoffs. Like he no-showed against the Seahawks. It was like beyond embarrassing.
I know what they
But
did.
that's it, though.
That's just what they did before, not what they'll do this week or this year. But
Well, I'm saying during his career to this point, he hasn't put together a whole good season.
Yeah, but then you do.
He's been Speedy Gonzalez since 2019. It's just he's slowing up now, but getting more
That's true.
smart as a vet to make plays.
McBride,
We gotta watch out.
McBride is a top 3 tight end.
Spongy's team could do us a favor. We'll get to
top
that one in a
15
minute.
Wide receiver. Connors is a top 5. All right, top 10 running back. The team is stacked, man. It's a stacked team.
So they don't need Kyler.
The Rams go to the Saints. The Bills go to the Rams. Oh, I'm loving this. We get them, and we better win that.
Oh, Philly.
Then they get the Jets. They'll probably win that one. Then they get the Cardinals and the Seahawks. So the Rams don't have it easy.
No, they don't.
That's good.
I have inside information for you. The MetLife teams always get a pointless win to end the year, which screws up their draft order.
All right.
Over an opponent you never expect.
We got another divisional opponent in this next game, right? And Red Zone, he's saying James Conner is the key.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, James Conner is the key.
Yeah, he's nasty. Good luck.
So the Philadelphia Eagles are going to Los Angeles, well, actually Inglewood, to play in Levi's Inglewood.
Up to no good.
The Rams.
That's going to be Chargers.
Claim LA now,
soon.
which is like they're 1, 2, 3, 4th. They moved 4 times, folks. They're back in LA now. They started in Cleveland. A lot of folks don't know that. They started in Cleveland. But it's the Eagles at the Rams. Corona picks the Eagles. Uh-oh. Melissa? Who are you picking here? She's like, either way, this is dirty, right?
I believe I picked the Rams. Am I wrong?
Oh, that's supposed to be John Jay. No, I got you down for the Eagles.
Okay. Go with whatever's on the
John
sheet.
Jay?
I don't care. Honestly, I
John
could not
Jay.
care about this game more.
I that's why I said this feels dirty,
So-
right?
This is a great.
So over the summer, I spoke to Rudy, and he was talking about how the Rams are going to put a 40 burger on the Eagles.
Oh, hell.
That's Rudy, the delusional dude. I do
I don't know.
not like the Eagles, but I do not like the Rams more.
Here.
Screw the Rams, I'm taking the Eagles.
Spongy isn't here, but I mean, he'd tell you the D-backs, the cornerbacks in Philly are nasty. The line is nasty. It's a good defense, man. They can score. Jalen Hurts is a beast. They got A.J. Brown. They got Devonta Smith. They got Saquon, who's probably the best running back.
Resurrection of Saquon Barkley. What's that?
Disgusting. And the Dallas could have had Saquon if they wanted.
Oh my goodness. Why do
I
we
would've
have to
taken
talk about
Saquon
that
over the
awful
league,
person?
That's for sure.
So
Spongy's taking the Rams, but he's a moron.
So I'm YTC takes the Eagles, Captain takes the Eagles, Kenny takes the Eagles. Well, Spongy thinks he'll curse his team if he picks them, but that's not how it works.
That's never
That's what
worked.
He's
EVP
picking
used
the
to do,
Rams.
Spongy. Don't go down
Spongy,
that
you're
road.
so young, Spongy. You're so
You know
You
what?
think
Does that
you have
actually work out?
control
I'm going to
over
review
anything.
and see if that works out for Spongy.
you're
But
just a
Levi
beast.
takes
Move
Levi's
around.
taking the Eagles. Sentinel takes the Eagles. Dawn takes the Eagles. Tommy takes the Eagles. Me, Eagles. Tony takes the Eagles. Lily took the Rams. BC took the Eagles. Terradome took the Rams. And Chad Schrader said he's taking the second best team in Pennsylvania.
Wow. The disrespect that goes on.
And
do not talk about boy Chad that way.
And Papa J's taking the Eagles. Niners red zone. Where you at? You picked two.
You picked the Birds.
Keys. Ooh, what's up, Keys?
Chad, Philly has two. Pennsylvania has two teams.
Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who watches.
Keys, hello.
And who left?
Bungie?
Carcast.
Yeah,
Carcast finally.
Yeah,
So NFC has gotten younger and better than Niners. Our draft this year looks good. We need to keep drafting well to get back to this. And you ain't lying. You know, a lot of that has to do with Kyle's like not liking the playing young players. That's kind of big right there.
No, it's also his ego where he thinks he can stash a bunch of offensive linemen on the practice squad and not have them picked off like
the
free
last
candy,
2 seasons in a row.
But
like Kingston, like that guy that's actually in Pittsburgh.
We can't have
Fisher.
Kingston because we need Ronnie Bell.
Blasphemous. That'll probably piss off everybody
God.
on the panel. But if we can get our
Kenny, you made me say that.
back,
Actually,
Kenny, no, you know why we couldn't keep him? Because we had to keep Demetrius Flanagan Fouls because he's so freaking important. They can't imagine their lives without DFF.
Another guy. Yeah.
Here we go. Crazy juice in the house.
Stupid enough to do it.
And like I said, Keys, I appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you.
The Giants are stupid enough to do what?
If the Giants are stupid enough to give us 3 first-round draft picks, I would
Crazy
trade
juice
Kyle
is in the
Shanahan
house.
to
I have a spot saved for him. I'm going to record his picks real quick.
They're not stupid enough to do that because Shanahan would challenge the Maras, and the Maras are not challengeable. They want it their way or the highway.
I applied Unabomber.
And they purposely sabotage things because, like, when they were thinking about putting it in Matt Rule, they didn't even have Tish there. And Matt Rule was like, well, if you're not even going to have your secondary owner here for my second interview, then I'm going to go to the Panthers and fleece them for everything.
I failed the psychological test.
But the Giants can have Debo.
Because the personality is a big factor into where Shanahan. This is all hypothetical, and I'm not saying do it, but this is that I did not know that. That Mara takes shit like that.
It's entertainment, folks.
You know where Shanahan could go? He can go be with the Saints.
I'm surprised he didn't put Swifties on there instead of Chiefs.
There were some really good games this week. I wish I had the Sunday ticket thing.
It's down to $89.
That's still not low enough for me.
Hey, buddy. No, this is not sponsored YouTube. Anything we say here.
Yeah,
I like NFL Plus. I do. It has the red zone. You can watch whatever's going on. I do. And
I can't stand the red zone.
Why don't you like red zone?
Because Scott Hansen ruined it for me during the freaking COVID year. Like, he would miss like 15 different scoring plays just to keep the fucking Chiefs on the freaking screen.
Well, yeah.
He's got the dodos, so that's the Eagles.
And it's even worse when it's the 4:00 games and there's like only 3 games on nationally, and he'll just leave the one on that he thinks is the best game, and he won't even talk about the other 2. Like, what the hell else are you supposed to be doing in the 4:00 hour?
We're living in a crazy society right now.
This is to Rudy. This is to Rudy. What's up, Crazy Juice? How are you going to go score 40 against the Dodos when you couldn't score a TD against the Dolphins?
I don't know. Rudy's
he's got a point.
I like the Dolphins defense, though. Now I do. Today I do. This last week I definitely did.
Wow, well, YouTube is not showing this one for some reason.
Not showing your episode?
No,
Oh,
it's comment.
I'm an asshole.
You're cool. You're cool, Red Zone. We got no problem. We got no problem with you.
I'm an asshole
So the
too.
Monday night game,
Hey.
since we're ending with the Niners
What you
game,
doing?
the Monday night game is the Harbaugh Bowl. We got the Ravens at the Chargers. Corona's
game.
picking the Chargers.
Great game.
That's crazy. So they got the Sunday night game, and then
said
the
they
grounds
were.
crew has to pull an all-nighter and switch it over to the Chargers because Sharon is Karen, and these billion-dollar franchises have to share stadiums.
I dated a Sharon and a Karen. Not at the same time.
That's the first thing I was going to ask, Kenny. So Corona picks the Chargers. John Jay, who are you picking here?
I'm taking the Chargers, and I have 47 points.
47
points.
That's actually pretty solid. Corona picked 48. Melissa, who you picking here?
Kenny, I am going to be a stupid little reindeer, and I am staying with my heart, and I am picking Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers, and I have 74 points. And
wow,
this third matchup where Jim finally beats John.
I can't believe you would do that to me.
So YTC picks the Ravens, and 60. Captain picks the Chargers and 35. Kenny picks
David.
I'm letting you say it.
I'm sticking with my pick. I still look. I love the Chargers D. They're just not great against good teams, and they snuck it out last week. I don't think they're going to be able to do it this week. I'm taking Baltimore. There you go. Got it out.
Ooh, there you
Hey,
go.
at least
We're
you can
taking
get
the
it out
Ravens
because
and-
the team we're about to pick, I can't say their name.
Taking the Ravens. Kenny takes the Ravens.
Well, she's taking the Apple Chargers. But they're going to win. They're going to win. So they're not the Apple Chargers. They're not going to burn up.
They're the lightning cables.
I love the
USB-C.
Seattle, not the
And he's
Seattle. I
picking
love the
45
'70s San Diego Superchargers. I didn't care what they were; they were just cool. I never even thought about it.
So
Oh, the Supersonic
Levi's
team?
taking his Ravens and 42 points. Sentinel, who you taking here?
I'm taking the Chargers and a total of 45 points. I wanted this to be a shootout for the ages, but I'm thinking the brothers very competitive. 45 points total. Chargers win.
I said 42
Hey.
points. I think you're right.
With this being a Monday night game and it's like the eve of Thanksgiving, do you think the winning Harbaugh stays on the middle of the field, gets interviewed, and says who's got it better than us, and the entire stadium just cheers with them?
Here's what I really think. Okay, I
hope
I
that
went
happens.
to film school, so if I was the writer this week for this for the script, I would have both brothers out there having the turkey, both sides with players, and do a family thing. And it's that's what I would do. But I'm not a writer in the NFL or the WWE. I'm not. Want you to know.
So Don takes the Chargers with 52 points. Tommy takes the Ravens. He didn't send me his points, so I'll hit him up. I'm taking the Chargers and 52 points, so me and Don got something in common there. Tony's taking the Ravens. Lily's taking the Chargers. BC Bryant took the Ravens. Terradome takes the Chargers and 49 points. Crazy Juice takes the Ravens. Chad Schrader took the Ravens and 42 points.
That's what I did.
We're almost to our game.
Mm-hmm.
Who took exactly what I took, David? Who did you just read off?
Chad Schrader.
Chad.
Papa J. He's
Smart
got the Chargers and 38 points.
I'd love to
Ooh,
see
Red Zone's taking the Ravens.
Yo, Herbert is off the chart.
Lamar over Herbert all day.
Herbert is hot right now. He's hot.
Kenny, I'm so sorry to tell you, but apparently you've also been recruited to the Rams.
I am a big fan of the St. Louis Rams.
The St. Louis Rams, that was quite the team.
That was a friggin' great team, man.
Yeah, ready to show on turf. I still remember that.
Fantastic squad.
So we do have one more game to go because we're saving the Niners game for last.
I don't remember.
Before we do that,
on the LA
Herbert
has
is
to stay.
hot like a
This
fajita.
now this background ain't fake. Okay,
Wow.
I put all this stuff together.
You have pants on, Grandpa?
Yes. You see that? I got pants on. I got pants on. You want to see?
Speaking of that,
I'll show you the front. I'll even wink.
Greg Cohn was doing
Don't show us the front.
shows.
Yeah.
He was in his fucking boxers the entire
I got
time.
pants
He didn't
on.
realize it. He got up.
See their pants?
You just pulled them up.
Hilarious.
You were in your elf boxers.
Wow.
Elf boxers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, buddy.
It's Christmas, man.
Now, when it's summertime and it's hot, that's a different story. But you know, you don't have to see what's on the bottom.
That's funny.
So we got the Niners game.
Last game. Let's go.
The best game.
Yes.
I look at this like we just gotta win. We just gotta win. Corona takes the Niners. John Jay, who you taking here?
I'm taking
Corona.
The Niners. I'm taking the Niners. I've been a 49er fan since I can remember. I'm always taking the
Right.
Niners.
McNair, can you say the name and not even their actual name, their nickname for me? Because I refuse to say any of it right now. I'm
you
so beyond done with my brother right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Civil War.
Do they make Rams tidy whites?
My brother is the most toxic, venomous, nasty son of a bitch cheesehead that you will ever meet. He is just awful.
Wow. Spongy.
We did let go.
I know. So, oh boy.
Poor Cody.
No, it's Chad. It's Chad.
We have a
Steve-O,
Chad.
It's Chad. And he's on the Rams, unfortunately.
Did you not like the Chad, Steve-O?
So John Jay, I didn't catch who you were taking. There was too much
49ers. Come on.
Of course.
I'm like Korey. Like I always promised Korey. He took the Niners, and I will always take the Niners.
Oh, I know how I
Right.
could say it. Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Melissa, you're up next.
I am going with the Corey Davis line of last year, and I am going to say I am going with the season of love.
Ooh, she's going with the Packers, folks.
Wow.
Because I can't say any of
YTC.
their actual names.
YTC picked the 49ers.
Okay,
Captain picked the Packers. Kenny, who you picking here, buddy?
I'm taking the Niners because I'm not sold on Love. And the quarterback is the guy who either wins it or blows it, in my opinion. And I think Love will have like at least 2 interceptions in this game.
Yeah, but who's going to be that? Because it's definitely not Jay Greenlaw. And
it's going to be the guy everybody
Leonardo
hates,
Green?
Campbell, my linebacker Campbell, and
against his former team?
And Tig. Yep, against his former team. And Tig.
You know what would be awesome if Diamador Lenore got a pick 6 on this game? It's like made my night.
Someone out and put them to sleep. That would be
Bungie, who you picking here, buddy?
No,
I don't think I have to ask.
You don't understand. Like, I could go into Thanksgiving, and if Diamador Lenore has like not just 2, but a pick 6 going in, and my brother's all like crowing about how he's going to beat Miami on the night game, and he's like all depressed into Thanksgiving, would be perfect. But I just don't trust it to happen.
Yeah, I understand.
Ooh, Papa J, that's gotta hurt. I don't know. I mean, this is iffy because you don't know what either team's gonna do. You know, it's kind of crazy like that.
We kind of own the Packers, and we used to own the Seattle Seahawks. So I mean, you know, it's always
but you know what? The Packers own the Bears, and they almost lost, if not for a blocked field goal. So
yeah, I mean, it's got to
end. We were on what a 7-game winning streak against the Seahawks, and then we lost on Sunday. So it was just weird shit happens.
100%.
And that's the most consistent thing about Jordan Love. Either he has like a bunch of turnovers and like no shows, and then gets frustrated and tries to make up for everything in superhero fashion and crashes and burns worse than Deadpool, or he just freaking dices people up like he did to the Cowboys. Like that's just what he is.
All right, so Spongy takes the Packers. Levi takes the Packers. Sentinel, who are you taking here?
The Packers.
Yeah.
Hey, I picked New England.
This doesn't feel good, does it?
I picked New England to beat us, okay? So
No, it
just think
doesn't.
about what you're doing.
Feels like I'm at AA. And I'm like, hi, this is what I used to do.
Yeah.
Kind of feeling.
I get it. I can't say their name. I refuse.
So Dawn picks the 49ers. Tommy picks the Packers.
Kittle.
Thank you,
George
Tommy.
Kittle. Third and Jawan. CM.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if who I pick, because when it comes to Niner games, nothing's cursed there. I am taking our team because this is the start. If we're gonna do anything, this is the start.
Have to win.
Cody takes the Niners.
There's
Lily
no-
takes the Niners. BC takes the Niners. Terry Dome takes the Niners. Crazy Juice takes the Niners. Chad Schrader, I have not seen who you taking here. He's saying Niners all day.
Mm-hmm.
Papa J. Ooh, he's taking the Cheeseheads.
That's another reason I took the Packers. Red Zone.
Red Zone took the 49ers.
Yeah.
But
I got to rewind back up to a comment Steve-O made.
When Bosa's not in there, we just spread the sacks around. So it's really good for everyone.
Plus, Kenny, it's been a couple of weeks for Xavier McKinney. He wants to go back to his interception ways and getting pick sixes and everything else, trying to prove the Giants that you should have kept me.
Like I don't know these stats, but I'm willing to bet if you look into it, we get just as many sacks when he's not there. It's just to other people, and nobody cares about them. So it doesn't really get any. We might talk about Givens for a week, but then he's hurt or he's gone or he does nothing for 7 weeks. And
Where is Givens?
This week?
Givens is hurt.
People who should be on the field.
He's not here. We have to win. We have to win this game and the next game because they are hard games. That's the whole point.
They're going to run the ball on us. And I don't trust Campbell further than I can throw him.
I don't trust Fred Warner versus Josh Jacobs because one wants to play football and the other one doesn't.
Oh,
but that's why we play the game.
They got Josh
That's why
Jacobs
we play the
too.
games.
Jesus.
Wait and see. And we could dominate them. It could be the beginning, like David said, this is the beginning of the new way.
Dude,
and we can start winning games from here on out.
Win ugly,
You know
win
how we
pretty,
won that
just
game
win.
in Green Bay the last time, right? Special teams.
Jay Greenlaw. Jay Greenlaw got in the head of one Jordan Love and he made him do stupid things.
Jordan's got that gene.
I actually have that. I wish I would have saved that picture here. Hold on a second.
Also, Jawan Jennings, because Jawan Jennings had that huge one-handed catch that kept the offense alive.
I just like all our weapons are back for the most part. We haven't had BA.
I'm wondering where I have this picture.
I think Ricky does.
I took a good one. Let me take a look here.
Ricky's
and see if I have it on this.
Not the wide receiver we think he is. I think he's going to develop into a much better wide receiver.
I think he could be somewhat.
Come
on, tell me.
Baby.
Like
Evans, to be honest with you, I think he could be like Evans, but he's going to have to play a lot.
Yeah.
I got to click on my own link.
Just like Demo. I don't think Demo knew he was going to play as much as he played when he came on.
You mean Lenore?
Yeah.
I think Lenore knew it as soon as he had the issues in his rookie year. And he saw everyone fall in love with Ambry Thomas, and he's like, I'm never letting this happen again.
Not me, but I know what you're saying.
This is where things get interesting because my tablet and StreamYard don't get along.
Kenny, I wasn't saying you. It's just a lot of people did, especially the way that he got them into the playoffs with the interception right in front of Beckham, week 18, which got them in. And so a lot of people fell in love with Ambry Thomas for that. But
yeah,
I was always team 38, now team 2.
If you go back and watch last year or the year before, and you watch every game and you watch the highlights, you'll see that a lot of people that we don't talk about ever had big roles and did good things. People got to step it up in this game.
I'm Melissa Rebley. I'm from New Jersey. I love underrated players that nobody else loves, and I get bullied for it. Thank you.
Me too. I go out of my way to talk about undrafted free agents all the time because these people are awesome.
I actually got into a fight with John Chapman this year because I said, why the hell can't I have Evan Anderson and have a big run stuffer up the middle? And he said, he's not ready yet. And I'm like, but we need a run stuffer.
No, and nobody's ready when like
can you guys hear an echo?
starts. I mean, you just are made a man in the moment.
What'd you say, McNiner?
Can you hear an echo? I have my background.
No, everything feels good.
Okay.
Not just
Very
a
wee
little
bit.
but not.
Wee bit. It's like a little aftershock.
It's we.
It's like that bitter aftertaste kind of thing.
It's like having Geno Smith shoved in your face by the entire timeline.
I think that Geno gloating sleepy time thing that he did last week is going to hurt him in this game, and that's what I feel about it. I know how karma works. I'm almost 50 years old. I've had some good shit happen. I went out there, talked the shit, strutted the strut, and next day shit happened. So let's just put it that way. You got to be careful. Even if you earn the win, just like Rodgers, the last good thing Rodgers did, you want me guys to tell you what it was?
Can we not talk about Aaron?
He may believe he had a wrestling belt on and then said he owned Chicago. And then after that, the man disappeared.
You mean the man barely beat Caleb Haney in an NFC championship game and has not done a single damn thing since then?
What a mess.
Yeah. I knew Aaron was never going to ever win another Super Bowl when he faced Tampa Bay.
Speaking of, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Kenny, because, okay, so there was this meme that went around this week, right? And they went and talked about how Montana went to the Chiefs and got to the championship game. They talked about how Peyton Manning went to the Broncos and went to 2 Super Bowls, won one, and then retired. They talked about how Tom went to the Bucks and won right away, right? In Tampa, which was the first time anyone's ever won in their home stadium. And then there was a picture of
had to travel. Keep going.
And then there was a picture of Aaron Rodgers, and they said fired head coach, fired general manager, right?
Almost everyone's gone.
And I'm not going to say who did it on my timeline, but somebody that I really love was commenting on it or shared it. And so I said, the only thing that's missing is Brett Favre. And I went through the whole, how he had the Jets on a roll until his elbow like literally fell off his arm. I went through him getting his wish to become a Minnesota Viking and getting to the championship game for the Vikings to get and almost beating the Saints, or was it a blow? I don't remember. Anyway, and I was comparing how Aaron Rodgers has never measured up. Like, there's more consecutive MVPs, there was more success in the Super Bowl. And I said the only thing that Aaron Rodgers ever cared about from get-go was that he was not going to be a gunslinger. He was always going to care about his interception ratio. And now even this year, that kind of went away. And all these people that are Packer fans or Jet fans or just fans have been like all over my timeline, like completely freaking out about it. And this one guy made me laugh because he goes and says, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer anymore.
You can't.
And it's just like, shut everyone off.
You're a Hall of Famer, then you're a Hall of Famer, I think. I don't know. You have to do some pretty awful stuff to be taken out of the Hall of Fame, I think.
No, because they were saying that he was overrated with the ring. Like, if Joe Flacco's not a Hall of Famer, then Aaron shouldn't be. Like
I don't know. If you
it's gotten so nasty the way these people are comparing the two.
I mean, you have your accolades, you know.
Aaron has too many horrible playoff losses on his resume post Super Bowl win to.
Yeah. But some people
and a lot of people to this day still don't want to put Eli into the Hall of Fame. Like, it's crazy the way that people want to define it, and yet somehow they want Philip Rivers in. Like, I don't know what the hell Philip Rivers ever did.
The argument to be made for Eli is if you slay the giant twice, you should be able to.
Well, the thing with Eli, and I love Giant fans because they've stayed on this role, that they never like crowed for Eli, but they said, I don't remember who the famous quote was. The famous quote was, if you cannot tell the history of football without this player, then he has to be in the Hall of Fame. And that's what Eli Manning is. Like you cannot tell the legacy of the Patriots without the story of Eli Manning with it, and keeping them from their perfect season.
He's the one who put the one in 18 and 1.
He's Neo. He broke.
Well, don't you know the real one was Trinity all along, according to the new movie?
Oh yeah, the third one I couldn't. I'm sorry, the fourth one I could not get through it.
Well, you were spared then, because that movie was awful.
Okay, thank you. I figured I couldn't do it. Couldn't watch anymore. I was like,
awful.
I don't know what happened here. I understand. I'm okay with the first 3. I know people don't like 2 as much as 1, obviously, or 3 as much as 2 or 1. Like I get it. Like it is what it is. But that 4 shit was weird.
Well, here's the thing with the fourth one. It was so bad because they recasted Morpheus, they recasted Agent Smith with Jonathan Groff from the Frozen franchise.
You can't recast Agent Smith.
Normal.
You know, it would have been one thing if they had like a similar villain, but they had to keep it with the Agent Smith thing, which was ridiculous. Like you can't do that without Hugo Weaving.
Exactly.
And then they brought back Jada Pinkett Smith, which a lot of people weren't happy about, and then they made Trinity the one. Oh, and it was right off the Star Wars film, so they had Trinity fly around like she's Superwoman, just like the way they had Leia do in the Star Wars film. Like it was weird.
Well, we know why though, because they were pushing girl power, women empowerment, and that's fine. But like they can't overcorrect so much because it just looks stupid, you know. They overcorrect is what it is.
And The Matrix was a video game that he was designing.
Yeah. You know what? I remember
the beginning of the film.
I didn't play it much, but I had played it.
That was actually good, but it's a football stream. Let's get back to football.
You played the game?
Into the Matrix, yeah.
Okay, because I remember playing like in the dark or something or some shit like that. It was a weird game. It was.
Yeah, I
cool.
want to see if I can find that Path of Neo game, PlayStation 2, because I got PlayStation 2. And,
yes, it's a football stream, but just so you guys know, there are emulators now that like you could buy for $100 and you could play like every Xbox game, every NS game.
No,
like,
you can't. I was looking for the goddamn things.
You guys see this?
Somebody with
see what?
What number is that?
So this right here is Jordan Love watching Dre Greenlaw intercept that ball.
Yeah, but why? Who was pressuring Jordan Love?
McKnight, can you please send me that photo?
Peer pressure?
I need that photo. Like, I need that photo, like, daily sent to me.
You know what you do? Zoom out and hit screen.
But yeah, I think that was actually Nick Bosa hovering over Jordan Love at that point.
Either he hit him or he pushed somebody into him, I believe, is what it was.
But yeah,
somebody's got to step it up on the line.
I've used it as the thumbnail a few times, but that was actually a screenshot I took.
Mm-hmm.
And, the reason I use them is because no one can say anything about it. No one else has it.
Yep.
You know what the best part about Bosa was that he loved just beating up on Packer quarterbacks. Kenny, you remember week 12, 2019, when he like not only knocked the hell out of Rodgers like in their own like end zone, but then he got the fumble recovery?
Greenlaw you talking about?
No, Bosa.
Bosa? I mean, no, I don't remember, but I'm sure as soon as I see it, I would remember it.
I love when Bosa beat up on Aaron Rodgers. It made me happy.
I'm old. I still know phone numbers by heart. I'm old. I don't have room for
That's right. We ain't dead yet, Brian. That's right.
That's true.
Lock in.
There's still 7 games left in the year.
Lock it in.
You got to play all of them.
I see at least two winnable games. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Which 2 are those?
The Bears.
True. That is true. Bosa is a beast.
Yep.
I can't count on anything but the Bears and the Dolphins. Tell you what, if the Cardinals sit everyone because they already locked it up, then maybe we win that one. So 3.
Somebody pointed this out. The 49ers have been playing more games than any other team because they go on deep postseason runs. So they're using, wearing more tread off of their tires.
Every year,
And
every year.
Yep.
yeah, and so everybody is just looks like they're freaking exhausted.
But not only that, we also get screwed on the schedule. Every 7 of the last, not in a row, but 7 out of 10 years of the last 10 years, our schedule has been like it's been the last 2 years, where we're traveling back and forth all around. And I know because we're on the West Coast, we do that more than most teams. But still, this is a pattern. This is a thing that happens almost every year to us.
Well, I have to push back on that BS. We live in the West Coast. Okay,
I said that.
So it doesn't matter. Say you got to play the Jaguars every 4 years, the Giants every 4 years, the Jets every 4 years, the Patriots every 4 years. Okay, we have been lucky that we have not played in London, year after year after year. Okay,
but we will.
Like, I don't know why people keep saying this notion. Oh, because we have to travel. Seattle has to travel.
There's also the
Seattle's
aspect
way up
of the
north.
bye weeks, the people having bye weeks before us.
Seattle has to fly all the way to Florida. That's
Florida and Miami. Miami to New York is like 5 hours.
I understand. I'm
sorry, 3.5 hours.
I understand the point, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing with the East Coast teams. Where we have to fly out here to the West.
It's where we are. It's our fault.
Absolutely. So I don't care. I do.
But here's the thing, though, Kenny.
Yeah. It's part of
they changed the rule for the Niners when they complained a couple of years ago before the Niners got good. Because you remember the Niners kept complaining about having 1 week on the East Coast, then going back to the West Coast, then going back to the East Coast, going back to the West Coast. So they started that thing in 2019 where if they wanted, they had a bunch of the East Coast games back to back so the Niners could actually stay on the East Coast.
That's not good.
And they did that twice in 2019. They did it between Tampa and Bengals.
But that's not anyone's house.
So they did it between weeks 1 and 2 with Tampa and Bengals, and they did it again, I think, between weeks 13 and 14 with the Ravens and the Saints. They stayed in that place in West Virginia.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys, but me, I only want to sleep in my own bed, and if I don't get a good night's sleep. If you can, good for you. You probably came over on chips and like you slept during like massive storms in the ocean, but I don't think.
Also, I want to point this out. Okay, the 53 players who are on the Niners are not from San Francisco. They're from different parts of the U.S. So they have to. When they came over here, they had to adjust their time clock, their body clock, to the West Coast.
But it doesn't take years. It's just it only takes a little while.
But that's just the point. Again, like I understand that there are people, and I listen to this criticism. I'm like, okay. And so again, like if you got to travel, it's not, no one's fault that you have teams coast to coast.
Yeah. There's also the aspect of all the teams that we've played this year who were on a bye week. So we had 7 days rest and they had twice as much rest. And that's happened how many times this year, David? Do you know?
It's happening 4 times. It's happened 3 times to this point. We'll play the Bills. We'll play the Bills coming off a bye.
And the Chiefs and like how many, the Seahawks, I think it was, or whoever.
The Cowboys.
It was a lot of teams. And like that happens. That's not this year. This is like every year. This isn't like something I made up. It was like a
well, this is only new because when they added that stupid 17th game, okay,
and basic fraud.
The NFL has admitted that, for example, for the 49ers, they go 100 times looking for a good schedule that fits the team. 100 different, like a lottery. And basically, they tally. So 100 times week 1, 100 times week 2. So basically over 17,000 combinations. And then they just give us this. Why? Because that stupid 17th game. You take away that 17th game, we don't deal with this stuff because, again, there's going to be a lot of overlap with, because it's so weird that a bunch of teams that we're playing this year are on the bye. That's not like, that's not coincidence. Oh, let's do that on purpose. Because it's the most reasonable thing when it comes to the 17th game. And I will always yell and scream, this is stupid. Once they put that 18th game, it's going to get worse.
You got to play who they put in front of you. You don't have a choice. You got to be ready.
We will always play our division no matter what every year. Every 4 years, we play the North, the South, or the East. The North, South, or the East. And then every 2 games, we will play random teams.
Then we have, I was going to do a video on this actually, but it was so damn boring. I just decided not to. But okay, so you were right that we're gonna play our division 2 times. Like we know this stuff, right? We're gonna play our division twice, everyone in division 2 times. And then I think we're gonna play, I don't know how many it is, because like I said, it was super boring and it just came right out of my head as quick as it went in. But we're gonna play people in conference, and then we're gonna play people out of conference, and then we're gonna play a division on the other conference. So like, and then they mash that all up in like a supercomputer. It gives you a schedule, and then they do the best they can, humans, trying to like work with the schedule, the best schedule that the computer comes up with, and they like move things around and do. That's how they come up with it every year. I read all about it. It was just so long and so boring, and I just couldn't do the video about it. So, but
well, that's how the Chiefs became our outlier AFC opponent, because we're playing the AFC East. So the only way the Chiefs came on was they were our outlier.
Yep.
And they rotate that, I think, counterclockwise to the schedule you have against the AFC. So it's always like the other division that's in the opposite movement of what you're facing.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's another thing. We have to play people that we played in the playoffs, or like the people that we face in the world, in the Super Bowl. Or there's all these things, and it's really freaking. I know.
Yeah, you brought up a good point. Wherever you finish in the division, that random team or whatever, you play that slot. So again, traveling again, the scheduling is not as easy as it is, and
the better you are, the harder your schedule is probably.
I know, and that's really true.
And that's another thing.
Yeah. So we're getting our poison. We're drinking our own milkshake.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. We're good teams.
That's why we got to win when we're at the Super Bowl, because we try to go back, but they're going to make
and that's why
automatically harder.
And that's why Packers Buffalo, we got to win, because those are good teams. We got to prove that we're a good team. We can't just beat the crap teams barely on the way to the Super Bowl, and then what are we going to be? Nobody's going to fear us in the playoffs.
I think we got a great core, but this is definitely not our year.
We need a little luck, and Kyle has to open up, Coach Klein's green notebook, because my man has been playing the same boring-ass plays for the last 5 years, and we need some fun shit. I pointed this out weeks ago about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, I don't know who the hell the OC is over there. I probably should. But my man is drawing up some really good running plays for Rashad White and Bucky Irving, and those guys, they're just watch other teams' plays. They're good. And we do these boring ass runs up the middle to the right, up the middle to the left. Christian McCaffrey, it's the same shit. Pass over the middle. Drag wide receiver. Drag wide receiver. It's the same boring ass shit.
Hold on. Hey, you wouldn't believe who we got in the house.
Is it? I know who it is. Oh, no, I don't, I guess. Oh,
Bryant!
Hey, everyone.
He's a pale cope. He's a pale cope.
How have you been?
He's got to wear a hat. So, yeah.
Hey, Bryant, are we going to have like a snow walk-off, like Jake Moody wins it at the end? No time left.
That'd be nice.
It's always nice to be the hero, not the villain, right? So if that could happen, that'd be great. I'd like to get to a point where we don't have to use him to be the winner or the villain. I'd like to start scoring more touchdowns, in the red zone.
Okay, so then who would you have in this year's Talanoa Hufanga recovery special teams touchdown? Like, if it's not Moody, like, who do you think could be that special team guy that has like the deciding touchdown?
So
Jordan Mason.
with special teams, and first out, hello to everyone here, and everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for having me on. David, you're awesome as always. Melissa, good to see you again. John Jay and Mr. Sentinel. I think this might be the first time we've been on camera together, and Kenny as well when he returns. But this whole year with special teams is a little weird. It's just the rule change and everything. It throws the whole vibe off. It really does. So I know punts are still the same, and if we could have a Hufanga, like amazing play, honestly, special teams has been really bad for a long time, and a long time. So I hope they can change something. We got lucky with that Jimmy G victory, Robbie Gold victory with the Hufanga, but if that wouldn't have happened, but this game isn't in the snow, so we got to figure out some way to still come out with a victory and we got a really hard game coming up. I think we can get it done, but that's because I'm a 49er fan, and I'm always going to root for my team. And even when there's probably no real true victory, or there's a light at the end of the tunnel and you can't see the light, I'm still right there behind and I'm still going for the Niners.
So do you think that Jacob Cowan can have his first touchdown as a special teamer?
Oh man, I'd like to see Callie do something, but no, I don't think I think right now with Debo being a little bit more involved in special teams, I think it's gonna be hard to see somebody else come on the field. And right now, we need to utilize Debo more in those like trick gimmick key plays. I think because
I agree.
Not Debo for the last couple years.
Yeah.
People used to get mad
and
they
throwing
used to say,
throwing vertically
back there.
Debo or
He did
Yeah,
have a game
people
where he
used to get
had
mad.
8 catches for like 100-something yards, but since then it's been on the decline.
Well,
which plays were those? I'd love to go back.
Kittle,
And see which plays
Jawan,
got that
CMC.
production going.
I think with more talent on the field, I think we'll see some more action from everyone.
I recuse myself from all Debo or Kyle you should talk because it's almost Thanksgiving and I love this holiday and I refuse to be nasty. So I recuse myself from those two players.
There's
1 in 44 if they're talked about. I will just sit here and be quiet.
Yeah, here's Steve-O with the hot take. Juwan Jennings will throw a pass this game.
I would love that.
Steve-O,
you have no idea. And I would love it to be a hat trick where he has a throwing touchdown, a running touchdown, and a passing touchdown, and it'd be the Packers, and they actually have his back for once and win it for him. But
what's going to happen is Jawan's going to run the Philly special and throw the touchdown to Brock in the end zone.
That'd be nice.
It's happening.
Oh my gosh. No, you know, it'd be awesome if it was 15-14 and Jawan throws it to Ricky Pearsall. And they celebrate a touchdown in the end zone together again.
Yeah.
I want to see Brock just do the Philly special. I'll get a kick out of it.
You know what actually be better if it was Juwan Jennings to Trent Williams. And Trent Williams finally gets his touchdown that he's been waiting for like years.
I think they tried to do that in the Super Bowl.
Why not just put Trent as the fullback and just put the Christian behind him and just run? Why
don't you just use Trent Williams as a running back? Because guess what? He get you far more yards than freaking Kyle Juszczyk will, especially on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Okay, Melissa.
Like a lifeguard. That's not a fullback.
All right, Melissa. I like Juszczyk. I like him a whole lot, and I know you're not a big fan of him. But what I have loved about you is you love Jennings. And Jennings has emerged as a player. When he first was on the team, you and me both have been following the team as long as possible. And we've seen this guy get better and better. And he's not getting paid what he should get paid because of where he's been selected in the draft. But he's become our number one target. Whether people like it or not, but we do have a beat writer right now, maybe multiple beat writers that aren't big fans of Juszczyk. I'm a big fan of him. I see what he does. I remember what they talked about when he came to the team, him being a Swiss Army knife. I understand you have other reasons, but you do have to admit he did do a good job in the Super Bowl last year. It was between him and Jennings to come down with the MVP performance because nobody else was doing anything in that Super Bowl. But I'm not a big fan of Juszczyk, but he's got some good he does a lot for the 49ers. And if we don't have Juice on the field, Trent Williams on the field, and Kittle on the field, we usually come away with a loss. So, and Jennings, we definitely need Jennings on the field right now. So those are the 4 guys we need on the field.
Brian, since you addressed me, I have to talk back. I gave 44 credit for his big touchdown in the Super Bowl. I even before this, after the Super Bowl, I even I got this sweater from Ty because he had me on his podcast, and I even thought I even thought it was gonna be a Kyle Juszczyk hoodie because it's just like that's what he always laughs about on Mariah's show. That if anyone wins a Kyle Juszczyk thing, send it to Melissa. Thankfully, it was Justin Smith instead, and I love him for that because that's like my spirit animal, the cowboy. But here's the thing: like, I'm not against telling you what he does well. Like, I'm not one of those fans that refuses to acknowledge any good things that he brings. But I am so beyond against people not wanting to give him any critique at all. I am so beyond pissed off that they still not have learned their lesson that you cannot give it to him on short yardage or long yardage on a run call, and he will not get you a goddamn yard. And they keep going back to Kyle Juszczyk like he's gonna get younger and healthier and run aggressively and get you hard yards that you need in critical plays. Like, I understand it. He's not a fumbling machine. Like, he's reliable. They all love him. They all want him to succeed. But at the end of the day, like, that's my issue with Kyle Juszczyk more than anything else. Like, him, Fred Warner, nobody wants to critique them for when they're bad. And it pisses me the fuck off.
So we got to stop for a second because we have to take it play by play. Because there's been moments where they throw it to Juice and he catches it and they get a first down out of
I'm not talking about his catches. I'm talking about his runs.
But his runs are the same thing as well. They throw him BS plays at moments where they're not expecting to get a first down. And sometimes he, savages out and he gets a first down. But you have to go by play instincts. And the other guys Kittle gets trashed a lot. Debo, he gets trashed a lot. But I think they work on themselves a little bit.
Can I just adjust your second thing real quick?
The next thing,
Debo gets trashed?
Yeah, he does. He gets trash talked a lot.
Who would do that?
You have to also respect
I don't know.
I'll let you have all your final points. But the next thing I love about Juice is he's shown time after time to be a team player, and he's negotiated his contract multiple times to stick with the team. He's trying to keep this core together. So that's one other thing that I like about Juice. But I love Jennings. And that's what I love about you as well, is because I've seen the rise of him, and I just see the guy just getting better and better. But I like both the players.
Oh, I have to disagree with you on that because when they asked him to take a pay cut this year, Kyle Juszczyk threw a big fat hissy fit that'll shame even Geno Smith. But that's besides the point. Yes, he did do it.
Is that at the
Here's the thing about
Terry Rice cursed out the reporter?
Here's the thing about Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings is a very rare player. He did not have to stay loyal to this team, and yet he chose this team every single year on one-year tenders. And then when he finally gets decided to get more than a one-year tender, because, he's had a few hiccups before, but this is like the year that he's been the most injured, he decided to make a team-friendly 2-year deal just to have a little safety bump just in case he got injured so he wasn't on a one-year tender again. Like, I think it's very rare that someone is that hated for that long, stays loyal to the team, and just takes off and makes it just about the team. He's just selfless. And that's what makes me crazy, because a lot of people are now saying that, oh, well, if these players get paid, they're not going to perform well, because the guys that I've rooted for, Brian, and you've known that I've been a big Juwan Jennings fan. I've been a big Drake Greenlaw fan. I've been a big Diamador Lenore fan from day one. All these guys are just, they have that special trait where when they get paid, it makes them fight harder. It makes them hungrier. It makes them more tenacious. It makes them more determined. It makes them want to prove that the organization correct about them. And I think at the end of the day, that's all it is about with those three players specifically, because they want to be acknowledged, they want to be seen, they want to be respected, and then they want to say thank you, and then I'm going to blow out for you. And I think that's very rare in the NFL today, because not a lot of guys are like that. Like Diamador Lenore, he could have waited. There was that big rumor where he wanted to wait and test out free agency. Like Trent Williams said that when he was up. He said, no, I want to just get paid. And he didn't want to break bank. He didn't want to be even in like the top 10 of highest paid cornerbacks. He just wanted the team to acknowledge what he had done. And so I think it's really rare when these guys kind of define what a faithful should be or what a Niner player should be, like the way John Lynch said it. Like they're just engines that never quit. And I love that about them.
It should be at a certain moment about the team and wanting to stay with the team. You know, you can only make so much money. You can only spend so much money in your lifetime, right? You know, you're going to work for so long. You know, the NFL lifetime, you know, the career, you know, there's only so many years that you're really going to be playing. So to keep trying to move from team to team to get a bigger and bigger payday, that doesn't necessarily stick well, especially if you're trying to raise a family or do something like that. So, but again, like, you know, maybe you look back on it, what I'm talking about with Juice, he's taken renegotiated contracts after year. So I would get mad if my company kept coming back and saying, "Oh, would you take a little bit less money, but you're going to extend the lifetime of your career?" And then one other thing about Juice too is when he first came to our team, we didn't have hardly anybody that wanted to play for us because we had went through the Tom Sula era, the Chip Kelly era. And basically, we had to go and pay whoever we could get. We had to pay at the maximum price. So when Kyle came in and John came in, we did. We paid premium for Juice, and he was the top fullback in the league, and he continues to be. But I love like what you look at is like these rarer players that we get, and they're lower in the draft pick. They come on, and we get maybe a bargain, and they become a really good team. And we need players that want to be 49er lifers, not people that want to jump around. I believe in a salary cap in the NFL, like position by position or however they need to break it down. But I don't believe these guys should be making billions and billions or millions and millions or zillions or trillions or however you want to call it out. I'm not good with math. I'm sorry. That's why I like number 3 because I can count on 3. So,
I want people on my team.
Speaking of that, Brian, I don't know if you saw that or not, but just as a side note, you know how you used to sweep me all the time on East Coast Red and Gold because you always stuck with 3? And it was always like either 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5. The other night they had a salute to service thing the week before Veterans Day, right? So it was the Wednesday before, and they were giving away one of Inspector Dabbitt's like homemade, like he stenciled it himself, and he puts it on the shirts and everything else. And so it was a salute to service thing, and they had like these 4, nobody really knew them, actual veterans on. And they were doing this giveaway for Robert's Inspector Dabbit shirt, which is a salute to service with a whole bunch of Niners on it. And I said, Brian Cole's not here. I can't pick 2 because that's too close to your 3, because you're always known for picking 3. So I went with 6 for Malik Mustafa, who's like now one of my new favorite guys that came out of nowhere. And the actual number ended up being 5. And I was like, Brian Cole, thank you very much for helping me win. That's like the first time I ever won anything over there.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're a great show. Great show. But anytime you ever want to pick number 3, if it makes you smile and think of me, that's perfect. 3 was my jersey number.
I couldn't even pick I couldn't even pick 2 for Hyena, and I love Hyena. And I was like, no, that's way too close to Brian's number, because that's just your number now. Like, whenever I see 3, I'm like, that's Brian's Colt number. Like, I get upset when people actually pick your number.
I try to get in when I can. My schedule will change here soon. I'll be able to be a little bit more comfortable doing certain things. But for right now, I work 24/7 every day of the week, every hour of the day. Today is a good day.
You don't gotta apologize for that. You and Tony, we appreciate you whenever you guys can come around. And if not, we still get to hear your names every week when we do picks. So
yeah, this is
you guys live your lives, and don't worry. Like, we're here when you're here, and if you're not, we know you're out there living your lives, and just be happy. That's all that matters.
I wanted to ask David, because we've talked, both of us, I think we kind of stole the show for a minute. But David, how do you feel about asking the Niners one question? If you could ask them one question right now, or you could say one thing to the Niners right now. I know you know what I would say to the Niners, but what do you think the Niners should do? Moving forward, what should they do, David?
I'd say it's now or never. unless you guys want to be home watching the playoffs, it's now or never. You got to start winning games. Like, you got to clean it up. All those penalties, it's simply unacceptable.
Does Trent Williams play in this game? Because
Did he
his
play
ankle
last
messed up and it's throwing off his timing.
May I say something to the Niners?
Why not?
Niners, you've won 5 in a row. Take it easy. You don't have to win this year. There's always next year. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna make at least one of you probably laugh. I am begging the Niners to start a New York Football Giant. Please put in John Feliciano at center and put us all out of our misery.
Yes.
What people want.
Give the people
Please,
what they want.
for the love of everything that is holy, take Jake Brendel out.
Steve-O, don't talk about how he's only allowed 1 sack, dude. You saw him getting pushed around.
Put like Jake Brendel on like a little tee and kick him right in the uprights.
You know what the crazy part
Get
is?
him outta here. Get him
Jake
outta here.
Brendel is reminding me of how much my dad used to have those methods over Justin Pugh with those little alligator arms of his, where he would like push off for 2 seconds and then just stand and watch all the chaos around him and not do anything. Like it, I fear for everyone's lives when Jake Brendel is on the field, and I never even felt that way with McGlinchey. That's how bad it's gotten.
Guys, can I address
Jake.
something very? Can I address something very quickly about men with short arms? This is concerning to me. We need to make a pill for men with short arms because we just can't take it anymore.
Hey, are you talking
Short
about that
arms?
one wide receiver we have?
Are you trying to give
He's
Debo
like,
arm
catch ball.
lengthening
He's
pills?
like, oh.
Arm enlargement pills?
Wait, who catches like that on this team?
Oh my god!
No, I like Jake.
I don't get
Jake
it. I just see the catch.
he just needs a little bit more. I don't know. Needs a little bit more practice. John Feliciano, he's a good guy too. I wouldn't be upset if they had to put him in, but like Steve makes a good point.
You don't know what it's
Yeah.
like for a man with short arms.
Wow.
Kenny, I don't.
Oh man.
Oh my
I don't
god, my
get- I
ribs
don't-
hurt so
I'm
much right
lost. I
now.
don't get the joke.
You guys are hurting feelings.
T-Rex's feelings, maybe.
what do I call those arms, Kenny?
T-Rex arms.
T-Rex arms.
T-Rex.
That's why the T-Rex went crazy because they couldn't reach the.
I say
It's
T-Rex.
funny because-
Mike.
It's funny because we had Debo
Oh
youth with the Aerodactyl, and neither one of them seem to be producing.
If you couldn't get your hands
boy.
on your own penis, you would go extinct too. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Brian.
jeez.
Ryan, I have to ask you a question because you haven't been around, and this has kind of been slightly debated with some of us. But what are your thoughts on Fred Warner and Jair Brown this season?
Fred Warner's playing, but he needs somebody else to help out. And the other guy, I don't see him at all. I really don't. I feel like our corners are playing off a lot, and we're getting lucky. And same thing with our safeties. I don't feel like the defense is losing the game for us, but I don't feel like they're winning it. And I feel like it starts with Fred. I know Fred's got a lot on his plate right now, but he got injured in the beginning of the season too. I think that's still lingering with him.
The ankle injury, yes, he was the Cowboys game.
No, I think it was before the Cowboys game. I think it was early in the season.
So are we talking about this ankle injury that keeps flaring up every year since 2021?
Oh wow.
Trent Williams.
No,
We're talking about Fred Warner.
He got hurt.
Okay.
He got a high ankle like injury,
He's
and that
not
made
even
him
I'm
peel
looking at
off
today's
more.
report. I'm looking at today's report. He is not on it. It says Nick Bosa hip/oblique. Great. Trent Williams ankle. Tatum Bethune knee. That's that guy that I actually would like to see in the game. Kevin Gibbons groin and Christian McCaffrey Achilles/rest. They did not participate.
Oh,
Limited.
Is Jawan Jennings still listed with ribs or oblique
He
or
is
whatever the
not.
hell
He
they've
is not
changed his
listed.
destination to?
This is league
So
wide.
limited.
League wide.
Hey, limited. We got Brock Purdy, right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
George Kittle, hamstring. Jacob Cowing, concussion. When the hell did that happen? John
It was a special
Feliciano,
teams play.
And it says Chavarius Ward, personal. So he's coming back.
Well, George Kittle did say in front of his locker that he was playing against the Packers because his whole family is from Iowa and they're all like big Cheesehead fans. His in-laws, so he takes this rivalry personally.
His in-laws. Okay, I can see why he wants to play against them. Oh.
And actually having Kittle out there makes our run game actually better than our actual offensive line at times.
Yeah,
we'll be called the sixth man.
Hey, Bryant. Now, there was a tight end I loved last year that a lot of people made fun of me for. Don't you think they kind of miss him this year? Because I even heard it from a few podcasters this week. I think the team misses Charlie Warner and his blocking.
See, I wasn't ever sold on Charlie Warner. I know they said he blocked really well, but I also know that when they put him in, the other teams knew that it was going to be a running play, or so they knew he was going to go out and catch the ball. I liked our other guy that we never threw the ball to, but I think it's just sad that they had moved off of both tight ends. Now we have no tight end. We drafted the one 2 years ago or a year ago, and he's not on the team anymore. Cameron Latou, right? Or Cameron Drop. Was it Cameron Drop off you? I don't remember.
Cameron LaHoo?
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, but that draft, didn't we draft like 3 tight ends and none of them?
We got him and Braden Willis. Braden Willis is still on the squad.
Yeah,
he's out there somewhere.
Braden Willis is keeping Trent Taylor company on the practice squad.
Oh.
I would like them to have a little bit better of an emergency plan, or some kind of plan. It doesn't have to be an emergency, but if you don't have such player, you have to have another player that's adequate, right? And if this guy's like 100% better than the other guy, we don't have a guy that's like 50% or like 60% as good as this other guy. Is that big of a fall off? So like when Trent Williams isn't out there, or George Kittle's not out there, or now we don't have right now with Brandon Ayuk not being out there, Jawan Jennings has really emerged, but it kind of feels like Debo's falling off a little bit. CMC's good, but it seems like when we do have a good running back, we're holding them back. So I don't know, Melissa. It really just, I don't know, just doesn't seem right. This season doesn't seem like they're calling the right plays, and it doesn't seem like when they are calling the right plays, the players are executing.
You mean like Saulbart with like his 50 different penalties?
Whatever happened to that
2024 is the season of the soft.
Logan Thomas.
I think we finish proudly, but I don't think we go on a deep playoff run. I don't think we really should, because that's more games, more possible injuries. I say we regroup, really think overall both the O-line and the defensive line for next year, and just really plan on 2025 to seriously compete for their Super Bowl again.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that.
Melissa, real quick, let me jump in. That's a good idea because but you can't do it. And the reason you can't do it is because we have too much money on this roster, and if we don't win enough games, we're not going to get into the playoffs, right? So we have to push to get into the playoffs. And if we don't win enough games, it doesn't really matter at this point because we're not going to get a good roster draft pick. So they have to push for the playoffs. At this point, we can't tank because of our salary cap. If they start losing the rest of the season, that's not going to – they can't afford that.
I would never want the 49ers to tank, but I'm at the point where it's like, okay, I'm good if we play it safe. As far as like players and injuries and pushing them. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, though. Greenlaw's not going to be kept off the field all year long. Like, I don't care what you do. that guy's going to play at least one game, if just for ceremonial sake. He won't let an entire season go without taking a snap. But here's the thing. You can't blow up the offensive line and the defensive line, because that would mean that Kyle Shanahan has to admit that he's been wrong about the trenches for years. And he's never going to do that. He's never going to admit culpability, and he's never going to just pick a bunch of random vets that nobody wants and just plug and play and expect that Chris Kasarik and Chris Forrester are just going to make the most out of them.
Who is the president of operations for the 49ers? Because when Carmen Policy was around, he helped the owner and the coach figure shit out. And the owner is off doing his own thing. He's has a set it and forget it mentality. Kyle is really the czar of Levi, and to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his hands in everything. I want Kyle to humble himself by, I don't know, I want somebody to check his power. I want a dedicated OC, and I want his hands, I want less on his plate and force him to have less on his plate. I just want him to be a head coach. I don't want him to looking at his play call sheet all the time, not even notice that he has an injured player on the side. I just want him to survey the field and be a head coach.
I also want him to stop blaming the DC for every fucking problem. And constantly cycling.
An elite defensive coordinator. Get somebody. Get Spags. Exactly. Melissa, I'm all for it.
Well, one thing, though, you have to look at with the 49ers is every time that they have a winning season, we lose a coordinator. Or we lose multiple coordinators. So the Niners, the ownership has to come up with some money and be able to retain these guys. We have Robert Saleh. We have D'Amico Ryans, who are great defensive coordinators, right? We couldn't keep them. And now we're where we're at right now. And the same thing with our special teams. We need to spend the money and get some coordinators to stay here. That Kyle believes in, because why wouldn't you hire Bill Belichick? Why wouldn't you do it?
Bill didn't want to.
Bill didn't want to, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was like,
you didn't realize that Bill Belichick is the happiest man on earth right now. He gets to critique and laugh at the entire league, go on Pat McAfee's show, have Inside the NFL where they all cater to him and his stuff, and he gets to be the guy making fun of the entire league and all their pansy ass bull malarkey that he had an issue with for the last decade. He is the happiest clam in the world.
Shall we read off the Bill Belichick stats without Tom Brady? Does anybody need me to do this?
No. Hey, I ain't got all night. Come on.
Okay.
He was with,
Thank you. Don't make me pull out the
So it's not only Adam Peters and Rand Carthon.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost many assistant coaches, coordinators. They go on to bigger pastures. Everyone's like, oh, they want to take a bigger job. Is that really it?
Somebody to not be a head coach.
Really it?
You couldn't pay me enough to not be a head coach. I'd want to be a head coach.
Well, that's the thing, is you're on a winning team right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why not hang out where you're at, have a good time? That head coaching spot's still going to be, there's still going to be teams wanting you years down the road.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'd be gone in a second. Give me my own team, I'm out.
Yeah, but here's the other issue, though, David. Nobody wants to really talk about it, but we all know it. They also want away from Shanahan. And the beauty of what's happening right now is there's so many Shanahan disciples around the league that they can have their choice of teams to work with and not have to deal with him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did anyone remember? I know he didn't stay there. He was there for a week and a half. Did any of you see the way that Saleh glowed when he got to be part of the Packers organization for a short time as a consultant to the offense? Where he got to work with Matt LaFleur. Yes, anyway. That's actually what his title was. He got to work with Matt LaFleur, who he absolutely loves, who he has the longest relationship with, where he got to be away from the Jets, he got to be away from Aaron Rodgers, he got to be away from Mike LaFleur. And he actually glowed. He actually glowed and got to be happy in an organization.
Yes, but he's
Demi-
not going to be able to be the DC there, so he will be back next year.
Well, how do you know that?
Okay.
Because Matt LaFleur always fires his DC or his special teams coordinator to make up for the Packers failing off.
Remember this
He's
day,
the new
Melissa.
John Harbaugh.
Remember this day, Melissa. He's coming back.
But here's the thing: like these guys have so many different opportunities. They could go to numerous Shanahan disciples, numerous McVay disciples. Like, why would they have to stay here, deal with Kyle's inflated ego, Kyle saying that you can't do your job, Kyle blaming them for Kyle's own mistakes, and be miserable in California where they have to pay crazy ass taxes, where they could go all over the country? Like, it's not like the be all end all now. Like the only ones that like constantly hold on to this whole Kyle Shanahan is the most genius OC besides Andy Reid's national media
Okay. I'm gonna
and
pause that
ESPN
'cause
You got
specifically.
some nerve tax shaming California being from New Jersey.
Hey.
Hey, at least I'm
So-
not from New York.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Hey, I gotta get to bed. I work early in the morning.
Oh, boo, David, boo.
So Melissa's pretty much saying the same thing I've been saying. This is on Twitter. Look, Jake
Hi,
Moody, Jersey
Moody.
folks. Shout out to Bryant. But I've been saying the same thing on Twitter. I've actually asked this in a couple shows. Is all these guys leaving? Do they leave because they're getting promoted, or they leave because working for Shanahan's not pleasant?
It's the not pleasant. Do you remember when Salah couldn't
who's
even
work
admit who was
pleasant?
injured on the defense in COVID year because Shanahan had such a lock on the team? He's like, okay,
You
just
know what?
ask the head coach. I don't know.
Work is work. It's not supposed to be pleasant. It's fucking work. Get to work, Niners.
Kitty, you know what I did today? I had a shear that was manufactured in the year 1954. The blades were chewed up. I had to take the blades off and flip them. You know, it took 3 guys to lift them. It took a big impact gun just to get them off. And the other side was an open end wrench. And the guy that torqued it before me probably had 80 pounds on me from what people told me.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I had a good old time today, you know.
Can I say something real quick before everybody logs off?
Okay.
Next week is Thanksgiving. It's a beautiful holiday. I am so beyond thankful for all of you. I'm beyond thankful for
Thank you.
Korey. I used to love doing picks, and he brought me in, and I got to be with you guys every week. And to have the immense honor to keep his legacy alive means the absolute world to me. And Brian's here today, and that just makes it even more special. So I want to say happy Thanksgiving, whether you celebrate it or not. I am thankful and grateful and so appreciative of all of you.
I am thankful for a Niners loss this week.
Oh my god!
What a
Oh my god!
disrespectful little
Spongy.
Oh my god! Stop!
You know what? I'm actually grateful that you intervened. So thank you for being your spongiest self.
kid's a punk.
He's a
But
menace.
I wish you all a
Thailand,
beautiful
he's a
holiday,
menace.
whatever happens on Sunday. And Spongy, God help me, you're gonna make me freaking root on the freaking Rams.
Go Eagles. Let's go.
No,
You mean go Tyron Williams?
no.
All right, guys. So we're getting on out of here. And as Corey Davis says, go Niners and F all 31 other teams.
Yep.
Remember, the last game he saw was that absolute stomping of the Eagles at Philadelphia. Everyone have a great
Yep.
have a
Forever.
great week. See
Forever.
y'all next week.
Yep.